Austin, Joseph, could you check your phones for me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, jeez.
It's just a script. You've already seen it before.
Oh, is it an email or text?
It's a text message, an SMS.
Sigmapreneurs. I really hate that name.
I was literally just thinking about changing it to something better.
I think we should all take turns changing it to different things that aren't Sigmapreneurs.
I like that.
Well, of course
I know
you came
like
up with
it. You changed it. We all knew you changed it.
Well, I like it, actually.
You're not young. Stop trying.
I think it's really funny. Don't I just give off Sigma energy, guys?
Don't mind me. I'm just a Gen Alpha.
So you do have fun with it. That's all I'm hearing.
Oh, boy.
Alrighty, boys. Well, ready whenever.
Yeah, do you have any grievances you want to get out now?
Blah, 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 blah. I hate all of you.
Sigmapreneurs,
Are you saying,
you got another grievance?
Are you asking for general grievances?
Well, Austin, not from you, because from the past 3 episodes that have been released, you bitched about me every episode.
That's what I do.
You've
That's
been
my
going
thing.
after him pretty hard. I love it.
Yeah, you have been dogging him a little.
Have I been? I'm sorry.
Every episode that's come out, I'm like,
love it.
holy shit, he's talking trash about me.
Yeah, that was the shit. Which one was it? It was one of the more recent ones that came out. But you basically set up a tone to where all of us were like, "Yeah, shut up, Jamie."
Oh yeah, because you kept interrupting me.
No, everyone else was, but when I did it, Grant interrupted you, and you're like, "That was really funny,
Yeah, you're
Grant."
like, "That was really funny, thank you." And I was like, "Well, yeah, thank you, sir." And then Jamie was like, "Really?" He gets they were like, "Shut up, Jamie."
Well, just understand, Jamie, it's because you've been my friend for the longest, and I love you the most.
I think it's also because outside of the podcast, I'm the meanest to you. Like that's what the listeners don't get.
Yeah, you're kind of a dick.
I am kind of a dick.
Yeah, I don't know if you could tell this, but Jamie is kind of a poke the bear kind of guy.
Oh, that's right. It was the bear episode.
What's the bear episode?
Yeah, and got stepped all over my fucking porridge joke. What's that bitch's name?
Oh, Goldilocks.
Yeah, fucking stepped all over that shit.
But it was still funny.
It was fun.
That whole bit was hilarious.
I thought it was a good episode.
That's what I just did.
That's fine. It's fine.
That's what I just did.
I actually just had a manager do that the other day. We were thinking of like cocktail names for like one of our brand new cocktails. I had helped design it from top to bottom. And then one of the other bartenders pretty much took credit because he was like, what if we use Código Repo for it? And then like ever since then, he was like, I made the drink. And I was like, all right, that's fine. I'd let that go. You're 22. Not a big deal. Mm-hmm. And then we were thinking,
no, absolutely not. No,
I was like, it's not a big. I stopped caring.
I would have not let that go. I would have strangled that 22-year-old with my words.
He's a good boy. He's just he's still learning.
Yeah, I'd knock him down a couple of pegs.
And then what's it called? Our like shift lead. He was like, well, what about this name? And I was like, let's just keep it simple and just put it in Spanish because it uses cheesecake. Cheers.
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 We're all drinking soju.
Cheers.
Nah, not me yet. I'm waiting.
Well, Jamie, that's the reason why if I could pick on you.
4 out of 5 ain't bad.
Don't act like that's fucking a hot shot of whiskey.
No, that was
Basically,
joy.
we use a blueberry vanilla syrup in it, and I was like, let's just call it like blue cake in Spanish, like pastel azul. And then everyone stops talking, and then my shift lead Avery just goes, guys, I've got it. Oh, what if we call it pastel azul? And everyone's like, that's really good. And I was like, Avery, shut up. You just said what I literally just said, just a little bit louder.
But hold on. What if I say it again but louder?
Actually, you know how women feel.
Is that what it is?
All the time.
Now you know how women feel.
Mm-hmm. I'm serious.
Well, welcome to today's episode of Murder Schmurder.
Hey, welcome to Murder Schmurder.
Today we're going to learn about how women feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You're here with How Women Feel, brought to you by 4 men. Wait, hold on a second.
There's some estrogen in this room.
We've got. I'm Joseph.
Uh-huh.
I'm Austin.
Okay, I'm Grant.
Well, I'm Jamie, but who's this 5th person?
I don't know.
I'm Sara.
Oh my God! There's another person
back and better than ever.
That's right.
I didn't even notice.
And
Got her back.
She's so much less loud than we are.
She's so much more polite.
She's not a horrible person.
for our hardcore fans out there, if you remember the last time that we had this lovely lady here, we did a little bit called Manventions. And we're gonna do it again.
4 men.
Actually, I really like the whole like. Let's do it together, gentlemen. One more time.
Manventions.
4 men.
By men.
Also 4 men.
Also done by 4 men.
Bought by men.
To give to men.
For their Man Day celebration.
But brought to you by
Why
one
do we
woman.
have a Man
But
Day?
brought to
That
you
is
by
every day.
but brought to you by Sara.
Yes, you're right. That is every day of the year. Right, I forgot how great it is.
Grant really just pulled a, where's the white history month?
Isn't it awfully nice
Now
to
that
have
you
a
bring it
penis?
up,
Isn't it so sweet to have a dong?
It's so nice to have a man.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know what you're
Monty
doing.
Python. There's a
yeah.
whole song. Isn't it awfully nice to have a penis?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it so sweet to have a dong? Boop, boop. Is it divine to own a stiffy?
For all those who haven't listened to that previous episode, one, it's a fantastic episode. Go listen to it. What was the episode? Does anyone remember?
Tulpas.
Tulpas. That's
Yeah.
right.
Tulpas
Yeah.
Tulpas.
The original Topos episode.
The original Tulpas.
The original
Yeah.
Topos episode.
Couple back, but that was a good one. We did a second Tulpas episode, and we just honestly, y'all,
I think we lost that one.
we are no, I don't think we did.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Well, it wasn't
which
my
means that we
episode, so
lost
we
it.
didn't lose it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
No, we released his episode, and then I did an episode on Skinwalkers/Tulpas.
Yeah.
Listen, I almost said viewers.
I'm just surprised of how many episodes we've got out already.
listeners. We got a lot of episodes, and we don't remember a lot of them.
Not at all. We've got like well over 50 by now,
We
right?
probably got more than 10.
Oh,
least.
yeah,
At least
At
10.
least.
somewhere between 10 and like 100.
Yeah.
We have 40 now at this moment, 42 episodes in this season. So
The meaning of
sick.
life. Hell yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah.
sick.
Hell yeah, we're killing the game. Anyway, this is essentially a game of Shark Tank where Sarah is our shark and we are the
And
bait.
I am your tank.
I don't want to be in your tank at all.
Austin's a big old aquarium.
I just want you to be inside and
Full of
swim.
water, full of water and fishies.
yeah, just swim around inside me, baby.
Let me walk over there and check that pH balance.
Oh, don't do that.
You know, no.
Sarah leaves.
Oh, yay, Sarah's here. You have to
tasted sick.
behave tonight.
Do I?
A little.
A little. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm psyched. I think, Sarah, you psyched?
I'm psyched.
We're all super
All right.
psyched.
Who wants to go first?
Yeah, who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
Austin, you've been burning at the bit.
I do. I've been nice.
Yeah.
Austin, I'd like to thank you for coming in to today's Shark Tank. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
All right, Daddy. On 3.
Alrighty. All right. Sarah, my newest business endeavor, or should I say mandeavor, is a company called Violent Deaths for Men. And I am seeking $250,000 for a 7.5% stake in the company.
Oh, damn, that's actually a really good idea. I know what he's doing already.
I like
We
it.
as men today have devolved from our more primal, voracious, and quite frankly, more badass ancestors due to a lack of perpetual circumstances where something is trying to kill us. In fact, there's a reason why when archaeologists dig up ancestors of men, it's usually just a battered skull or a severed arm still clutching a Winchester Model 1897 shotgun. And that reason is because we as men for
This
centuries...
Neanderthal has a Winchester.
It's just a stick that looks like a shotgun, but they know what he was playing with.
Just a guy who found a nice looking stick. He's like, look at me, Mom.
And that reason is because we as men for centuries have looked for increasingly more violent ways to end life, whether it be our own or someone else's. A right that's been stripped from us under the guise that somehow the desire to go out guns a-blazing is considered a toxic trait. Nowadays, men rot in cubicles, retirement homes, or podcast studios, and then they retire, grow old, weak and frail, and start sucking on the teat of modern medicine until they inevitably shrivel up and die, and then some ghoulish funeral director writes their obituary and it reads, passed away peacefully. Now,
Disgusting.
P.S. Who cares?
I can't think of a more emasculating phrase. Men are supposed to be stabbed, shot, or mangled by a grizzly bear. And that's where we come in. Here at Violent Deaths for Men, we make your final moments legendary. Whether you want to face off against a horde of zombies, engage in a high-stakes heist gone wrong, or a duel at dawn, we have the perfect scenario for you. Say goodbye to the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary. Go out, guns a-blazing with Violent Deaths for Men. Your epic end starts here.
Now, Sarah, before you go in and try to nickel and dime us on this one, just understand we have Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson begging for this product.
You gotta fight the monster within.
So are you providing the deaths or are you providing the scenarios?
We are providing both. So, I mean, the death comes from the scenario within itself. You know, the point is that a man could decide his own fate.
From a legal standpoint, I'm pretty sure you can do euthanasia in, was it New Hampshire? I'm pretty sure. Or Vermont.
It's probably one of those two
But
states.
that's just getting a little stick in the fucking ass, and then you know.
No,
die.
I know, but I'm pretty sure we can find some good loopholes.
Oh, yeah. Austin, here's a question.
Being headquartered there.
Could Violent Deaths for Men set up a Helm's Deep type scenario where I could die in a barrage of Urukai, possibly?
We can make that happen.
Making a violent last stand for my ancestral...
100%. And you can choose whatever phrase that you want to die on. Or like, you know, what's a good, like, I tried
for death and glory!
Exactly. Yeah.
I am all in. If Sarah doesn't finance this, I'll give you all of my money. The masculine urge to die in a pointless last stand is so strong.
I know.
Yeah. It could literally be the hill that you die on.
I want that's
Yeah. Yeah.
Is the service available to women?
Of course.
Okay.
that sounds promising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm sure we could
Eradicating
open up
terrible
a.
men.
I'm sure we could open up a women's department of violent deaths for men.
Violent Deaths for Men. For women.
Asterisks.
It has to be in pink though.
Violent deaths for men for women.
I feel like that would just turn into women like doing these scenarios where they kill somebody. You know, like what if I just killed my husband over dinner?
Actually, what if we just make the staff of the company all women? So women just get to kill men violently.
I don't know. I feel like that might turn into death by titties.
Yeah.
I want to change my
More
scenario.
weight.
Less feet.
Death by snoo snoo.
Yeah.
First the petite women,
Then
the
the
large
large
women, then
Then the most
petite
beautiful
women. Again.
women. Then the petite women again.
Yay! Oh, yay! Oh,
So what is your ask for investment?
$250,000 for 7.5% of the stake.
7.5%. Mm-hmm. That is nothing. It's a little low. Yeah.
I'm just saying it's a deal.
That's why you work up, you know?
Yeah. I want at least 30.
You want 30%?
30%.
I need a little say in how this happens.
That actually might be good for you, Austin. If you kind of let Sarah be at the helm of this.
I'm really good at
person in
organizing.
charge.
Yeah.
Could you do 25?
A quarter of the company. Yeah, we can do that.
Boom! Play that music, Jamie. Cue the music, baby. Dude, I've been crushing these games lately.
I know. The games are fun.
Yeah. I got Shark Tank down. I got Jeopardy
Nah,
down.
Jeopardy was a fluke.
Jeopardy.
I still stand by Jeopardy was
I
a
won the
fluke.
dating game with Chelsea.
Yeah, but Joseph won the Hitler game.
I don't like how you said that.
The Hitler game was rigged.
Well, so it was rigged because I won? Because I'm the
The
best
Jeopardy one, half the questions were about you and the things you say.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm the funniest one here.
Damn it, we all laughed at that.
We're laughing at him, not with him.
Let the record show.
All right, well, I'm gonna go next, unless you want to.
No, you go ahead.
All right, sweet.
Go.
Thank you. Jesus.
Grant, you have just entered today's Shark Tank. Grant, please present your case to our shark, Sara.
Okay, well, first of all, thanks, Sharks. So happy to be here. Okay, I just need a moment to...
I'm really nervous.
Okay, it's just, I'm not really on TV very often. Never, actually. So, hold on. Okay, and let me put it on. Have you ever been at the bar or watching the game with your buddies and realize you need to rip one? And you know it's going to be a good one. At least nice and loud. Maybe even clear the room worthy. We all agree that is truly the height of comedy. But you know what's not funny? A fun-sized Baby Ruth bar, now nestled sweetly in your favorite pair of boxer briefs. Dun, dun, dun. Now, it's time for you to go home and change, or at least ball those bad boys up and shove them to the bottom of the trash can. Hey, we've all done it. And unfortunately...
This hits a little too close to home for Austin, obviously.
Yeah, honestly, this is a little too real.
I take back everything I said about being the funniest guy here.
And unfortunately, now you're freeballing it for the rest of the night. Well, I have great news. Introducing the first of its kind, the Fart Checker. This simple and small Bluetooth-enabled suppository can read the potential volume, length, and stench of that butt blaster you've been brewing up.
It's Bluetooth enabled.
Yeah, of course.
It connects to your phone.
You're at the bar, it's like, bzz, bzz. What's the notification? Nothing.
Don't worry about it. Ooh, I need to go to the bathroom.
But most importantly, it helps you avoid those pesky sharts. But wait, there's more. We're very proud to announce our newest in the Fart Checker line, the Fart Checker Pro. This handy little device not only offers the same amazing features as the original, but will hold back any of those guests uninvited to the fart party. And offers fun and exciting scents. We have tobacco, sandalwood, and pine if you're trying to go incognito during that hot date. Or if you're trying to punch up that hilarious moment with the boys, we got hot garbage, wet dog, and hot dog water.
The hot dog water.
That's establishing dominance among friends.
I laughed so hard when I wrote that.
That's marking your territory.
Yeah.
With the hot dog water.
That's Sigma behavior.
All of these and more are included in our self-lubricated Easy Glide taper design with a flared base for that convenient removal. We here at Fart Checker know that your masculinity could never be threatened by our innovative implement. You won't leave home without again. But just in case, we have several designs and finishes like camouflage, anodized, chrome, powder-coated matte black, or a bespoke patina. And many more. We can also put a custom-branded mahogany inlay at the bottom of the base. Company logos as a gift for your clients are a great option for the holidays. The Fart Checker, for men, by men.
Wow.
The camouflage really gets me. That's you tapping in to the people that will need it the most.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The camouflage is good, but honestly, bespoke patina really gets me. 'Cause that sounds like a fucking like HGTV
Yes.
term. You know?
That is American Pickers 100%.
Yeah, that's American Pickers and that Joanne Gaines.
Yeah.
I will go into debt for this company.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm in. I love it.
Oh, great.
Also, the shard is a universal experience.
Well,
so,
shards-
you know.
Sharks, now that you've heard my pitch for our excellent products, all we need is one easy installment of $69,420 for a 30% stake in the company. And to get some even more exciting new products off our assembly line, like the Tactical Fart Checker with self-defense attachments shipped to you in our 1000D Cordura tactical sack inside of your very own shock-absorbing waterproof Pelican case, or the Loud and Proud Toot Querier for the LGBT plus community. Or perhaps the RGB-enabled Fart Checker, integrating seamlessly into your next big PC build. There's also the Fart Checker Wellness Facilitator. Offers all the same great features as the Pro, plus checking your intestinal biosphere as well as early detection of potential prostate cancer.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's nice.
Damn.
Not
Brilliant.
only medical purposes, but military purposes. You could go fucking be in the middle of the jungle. Let's say you got a fart, you're behind enemy territory.
You don't need fucking tigers sniffing that out or enemy
true.
soldiers.
They don't need to hear you.
That's
Right.
when the
Yeah,
pine
right.
scent comes in.
Yeah.
And then finally, the Fart Checker Pro 2.0 with evacuation mode, which offers intense vibrations to help out when you're a little bit backed up down there.
Wait, speaking of military purposes,
Just give them the money.
what if like you show up to a military funeral and you find yourself lacking a trumpet? Could you?
Fucking genius. Yes, let's add it in.
What if they only have 20 guns for the 21 gun salute?
Oh man, Fart Checker music mode. Done.
I wish I could play, but someone ran over my trumpet.
Was that 20th century?
Yeah, when for Rupert Murdoch finally kicks it.
Yeah.
Nice. No.
Okay, I'm done.
I mean-
I'm done. I'm finally done.
I say that's
How are you
fun.
gonna come
Yeah.
after that, Joseph?
I have nothing as good as that.
That's a green light, and I want an infomercial for that.
It definitely needs like in the infomercial, definitely like sexually suggestive, but like with denying it the whole time. There are no sexual uses.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
It needs to be like a perfume ad for men where it's like borderline
Right.
homoerotic, but like
Well, I mean, I really don't want you guys to misconstrue the Fart Checker Pro 2.0 as just a vibrating butt plug. Okay?
no, I don't think at all. I
Okay,
mean,
good,
if anything,
good.
that's like the third best thing it does.
It might have 13 different vibration settings.
Yeah.
But that's just if you're constipated, okay?
Right,
Everybody
right.
get your head out of
Just
the
if you're
gutter.
constipated.
And for notification.
Yeah, like it'll play your prostate like
That's
a
true.
pair of bongo drums.
You
But
can.
like,
There is a setting on it where you can like allow your text messages to come through the Fart Checker Pro.
right.
Oh, that's my mom.
You have different vibrations for different people in your phone.
Why is Grant starting so many group chats? These notifications must be insane.
I humbly request like
I don't know.
like a mood lighting kind of thing you can do to it. You know what I mean?
What's
A
that?
mood lighting?
Yeah, so like it can go with like the song that you're playing off your phone.
Oh, you're talking about the RGB enabled Fart Checker.
Ooh.
Yes, of course.
He's already got you there. He's so
He's thought
ready.
of everything, baby.
This is literally the perfect product. Like we need to trademark this now because it's going to show up on shelves.
Trademark murder schmurder.
Trademark murder schmurder. It's already been done.
Yep.
Patent pending.
God damn it. You know, if we end up decently wealthy, we're going to have so much stupid shit like this.
Oh, we're gonna
yeah.
have so
and we're
much
probably going
merch.
to make a lot lot more money.
Oh yeah. I mean, Alex
People
Jones
would
does
buy
it.
that.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Like
People
for real.
would buy that.
I
would
would
buy
probably
it.
buy it. Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I absolutely need help detecting whether it's going to be a shot or not. In fact, when you brought it up, you know the story. On 3 separate occasions, I've gone to the Opry Mills Mall, eaten at Maki of Japan.
Yeah.
And on those 3 separate occasions, I have shat my pants.
I think you told me the third time, and I was like, "Did you eat at that place again?" And you were like, "Yeah,
Delicious. And the line's always so short.
It's so good. It's so good. But never trust a fart from Maki of Japan.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
that kind of shit your pants too.
Right.
Where you're like the underwear's gone, like
Right.
it's gone. I might be able to save the jeans, but like the underwear is toast. Like, we're done.
Maki in Japan makes you Maki in Japans. Is all I'm gonna say.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That's pretty good. Am I going next?
Yeah,
I
guess.
can't." Or if
Oh,
you
give
want,
me that
I-
goddamn
I mean-
music. Actually, just give it for both of us.
Oh, yeah, hang on.
Yeah.
Sarah, what's your final say, Sarah? As our shark.
I'm in.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I want my company.
Hell yeah.
69,400 or was it
$69,420?
$69,420 richer, boys.
Well, mine's a real piece of dog shit compared to Grant's, but I'm sharks. Did I get the music?
Joseph, thank you for joining us in today's Shark Tank. Let's see what you've got.
Thank you. Sharks, I'm here because I'm here because I need to make enough money to get my kids back. I think I finally got it. I present to you the Man Quarter. It is a tape recorder, but hear me out. It's a tape recorder with a built-in search engine, and it listens to everything your woman says. Everything.
Ooh.
And whenever you forget a birthday, what they want for Christmas, what medications they're allergic to, never again, or whatever the agreed upon safe word is, you can plug in a query and it'll search for it with its near eidetic memory. I do have to tell you up front, it uses AI and it costs about 6 gallons of clean water and approximately a Honda Civic's worth of fuel to answer the question. So it's not exactly environmentally friendly.
But I'll remember my anniversary.
But it remembers everything.
Okay, that's fine.
And I'm asking for $600,000 for a 5% stake in my company.
5%.
For $600,000?
Will it
It's a
record
very nice tape
anything?
recorder. It does. So the basic package is just a regular tape recorder, right? But
it listens to women.
it listens to women specifically.
It picks up on like women frequencies.
Exactly. If
Interesting.
you're with science, it
Right.
picks up women frequencies. Yeah, it detects a very particular note of shrill.
So you might be losing one of your sharks.
I was very aware of her absence of laughter.
But you just dropped your price about 100K.
Okay, $500K for a 30% share.
No.
No.
And it's environmentally poor. No.
It is not environmentally friendly at all, but it does link to cameras that you can place in any part of the house so that you can also record visually.
I don't know if that's better. That's kind of worse.
Wait, does it need to be clean water?
No.
Ooh, okay. So we can use
Wastewater.
wastewater, which could be environmentally sound.
You can put dishwater in there.
Okay, so we got that. And what kind of fuel does it need?
Just whatever burns.
Garbage burns, so that could be.
You could put garbage in it.
Burning garbage.
Burning garbage. That's right.
That's what's more manly than that.
Joseph, does it have any emissions of any sort?
A lot. Yeah, it does emit a pretty
Does
strong
it cause
odor.
cancer?
So far, tests are inconclusive. It looks like probably not. Okay, maybe.
Okay, everything has died before it could get cancer, but
I'm pretty sure people can't get the same kind of cancer that mice can. That's kind of a whole thing.
yeah.
All the mice we've tested it on have died. What do you think?
I'm out.
Oh!
Damn.
Do you have a wah?
Can you hit me with a wah wah?
Jules hit him with the wah wah.
We'll get it.
And then you got it, babe. That shit was so funny.
Okay, you ready? Let's see if I can pick up the pieces after Joseph. Let's see.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
I'd like to welcome myself into the Shark Tank.
I'm sure you would.
Sarah, today I bring to you our newest product, our newest and best manvention yet. Is your wife out of town, constantly at work? Or maybe she just has one of those pesky month-long headaches, leaving you more blue-balled than an Avatar character. Well, with no more gents, we have a solution. I call it the Pillow Princess.
Nice.
You're just one small pull of a string away from taking a replica of your wife to Pound Town. We're talking 2 holes for his pleasure. A soft, pillowy pelvis, because you'll need some cushion for that pushing. If your wife wants to say, if she wants to, she can record her own voice for it when it comes out in that spicy zone time. But if you're not happy with the voice that she may provide, we have over a dozen different songs or sounds from our creators in the Murder Schmurder crew. Shit!
There's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
Very good.
Huh? And it doesn't stop there. We've got more. We've got the inflatable family coming with the inflatable house, where you're able to express your toxic masculinity to lifelike representations of your own family and home. Maybe you're mad at your kids for not following in your footsteps. Then you can beat the inflated kids. Is your wife not laughing at your incredible jokes? Yell at the inflated wife. Can't afford the mortgage? Well, pop on over to your inflated house. Each sold separately. Now, Sarah, this is one of those genius inventions, but I can't be at the helm on this. I have so much other more important work to do. But this is where you come in. I'd like to say for $500,000, I'll give you 51% ownership of this company.
51.
That's $500,000 in my pocket,
And a
but
majority.
millions in future revenue for you.
Yeah. I would love to yell at my inflated wife for not laughing at my jokes.
Also, if it's inflatable, it'll inevitably pop
Correct.
pretty quickly. So they're gonna have to replace them.
And they've
Exactly.
got
Oh,
attached.
that's good.
Yeah, you've got attached at that point, so you got to buy another one.
How resistant to beatings are these inflatable wives?
Depending on all the upgrades you can get, there's of course
There's upgrades.
there's upgrades.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can keep it as simple as you want, but it's not going to last very long.
And how many holes do they come with?
The
Yeah,
the
you just said two. I'm
pillow
really
ones
annoyed by
We
that.
need an upgrade.
Which
option.
two?
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we all know what you're into.
Yeah.
And if I get that one and not one of the other ones, I'm going to be upset.
This thing doesn't have a mouth?
Well, I'm okay with
It's perfect.
fine.
that. It can't talk and I get to do both? Great.
Butt stuff and no sass?
We'll go with four
No
holes.
sass, all ass.
4 holes for his pleasure. Let's go with
Oh, a
that.
bonus hole.
So you get 3 holes, and then a 4th mystery one where you can put it where
fourth
you,
mystery
a fourth
hole?
Mystery hole? Ooh, the armpit.
That's
Can you
where it
choose
pees
the
from.
location of the mystery hole?
Say again?
Can you choose the location of the
Yes,
mystery
you
hole?
can.
Ooh.
Because
Creative.
I'm sure there's feet lovers out there that just wish there was just a hole in the feet.
A
that
hole
heel.
in the fuck that heel.
I don't want to meet that person.
Ew.
You've met that person. I promise you.
Is the person in the room with
I'm
us?
a strong believer there's someone out there who
I think
loves
so.
feet more than you know.
I think there's a lot of them.
Yeah. They
There's
say,
a lot of foot people,
they
right?
say 1 in
It's
5
popular.
men love feet.
Is that true?
I don't know.
And they all
Is that did you get that from the chive.com?
and they're all Sith. All feet people are Sith lords.
Anyway.
Simp and Siths.
Simpensits. That's like a ska band.
I'll give you $450K for 51% because I think the pillow is a glorified sex doll.
But it comes as a pillow. How much is a nice pillow? A really nice pillow can cost over
Like
$100.
$100.
A really nice sex toy will, of course, be well into the hundreds of dollars. If you combine the two, I think it's going to sell itself.
So this thing is also a pillow.
Yes.
Okay.
Hence the pillow princess.
Right.
But
Okay.
you can keep it as a secret if you want. Hence why there's the pool drawstring here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So it's a wonderful.
So it's a pillow
Yes.
that comes in. Oh, this is just an ordinary pillow, and then you pull this cord, and then it
Not
turns
any
into.
ordinary pillow. It's like a Tempur-Pedic.
Well, that's what I mean, what I'm
this thing-
saying.
Right.
This
Well,
thing
what I'm
stays
saying
cool in the
is
hot
that
summers.
when it shows up, like, oh, pillow, you pull the string. Oh, pillow, girlfriend.
Real quick, is this thing? Can you put it in a laundry machine?
You're gonna have to. This thing is bleach resistant.
We strongly recommend it.
Now the pillow princess is pretty much made of Mylar. You can't break it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the inflator house,
So
that's gonna be
that's your flagship. That's
Yeah.
your brick.
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Once
Yeah.
we get that product
That's
out,
what puts asses in seats.
yeah. And then the inflator house, that's like you've got problems. Now the pillow princess is like
Yeah.
you're a solution.
You're a forward-thinking man.
Exactly.
You're a
Thank
single
you.
man. You're not really looking for anything besides being a single man. But you want to stick it in something every once in a while.
Or you're a married man who's tired of the voices telling you to yell, and then you're just like, maybe I'll just get like a duplicate, and then I can just trash her.
Yeah,
Mm.
a duplicate.
A doppelbanger.
How do you?
If you-
Ooh.
Oh, very good.
That's good. I like that.
Nice. Now, how do
Trademarked.
you get
Trademarked.
it? How do you get it to look exactly like your spouse?
You send us pictures and we'll do the rest.
We send you pictures of ours.
Preferably nude.
I was waiting for it. I was like, wait a minute. Wait, you're
They
just
will
gonna,
be deleted.
right.
We won't keep them.
Gonna say, you're just gonna assume
no.
what my wife's tits look like.
Those supple tits will need very
One
very
areola is bigger
detailed
than the
pictures.
other one, and I like the bigger one.
We're going to mail you some plaster that you need to cast molds of your partner's genitalia.
Hey, babe, can you just lay down on this real quick?
Well,
You
also,
squat on this plaster for me.
It's for work.
Science.
okay. I'm gonna preemptively say I'm sorry and lower the bar right now. We'll also send a small bottle of chloroform and a rag.
Wow. Yeah.
I preemptively.
I'm
apologize.
glad that you did apologize, but it didn't make it better.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah.
It still took me by surprise.
It's like
It was brewing in his head. He's like, should I?
Should I? I will.
Yeah.
it's like you came on my hamburger and then still handed it to me and said sorry.
Yeah.
You're not mad, are you? I said I was sorry.
I just want to let you know I came in this, but I'm still bringing it to you. And I'm not making you another one.
right. So
Fuck, I'm hungry.
So it's either stay hungry or eat cum. Thanks, Grant.
Well, I hate being hungry.
You're very welcome.
Well, I hate being hungry.
I don't
Wait,
like
is it a McChicken? It'll just mask with
It's
the
not going
mayonnaise.
to hurt it.
Yeah.
It's a McChicken.
The mayonnaise and the McChicken taste like cum anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, McChickens are gross.
I love McChicken.
I used to love them so much, but now it's just like,
They've changed.
yeah.
It's gotten more cummy.
They used to, yeah. Honestly, Grant, we were talking
I'm
about
worried
this
about
earlier.
both of you right now so much.
I do legitimately think in a few decades there's going to be a study that comes out that there's going to be like, oh yeah, all this like stuff in our food or stuff in our like plastics or whatever is going to be like the level of neurological problems as like lead and gasoline. Like I think for real in a few decades we're going to get that, and I think it's going to stem back to McChickens.
McChicken mayonnaise.
It's just toxic.
That's what it sounds like when it goes on the sandwich.
Yeah,
From the little bottle that
it
they got.
even kind of has that yellowish hue that like
Yeah.
old cum gets.
Dude, that's my same theory with Popeyes. Because Popeyes, I admit Popeyes, I think is the most delicious chicken in the entire world.
Dude,
but my
it
body,
rules.
every time I eat it,
I know.
for the next
Rejects it
36 hours, is just like,
immediately.
I think I get gout every time. Like, get it out! Like literally, my ankles hurt, my toes hurt, and I'm like, that can't be normal.
got gout.
From one meal.
Love that chicken from Popeye.
But Popeyes still is like the best chicken. Like I break out, my ankles hurt, my joints hurt. Like I think it's literally made of poison.
Right.
But
Gives you the
whatever
itis.
poison they
Yeah.
pick is the most delicious poison.
but it's Cajun fried poison.
Oh,
I do love
Love
Popeyes.
Popeyes.
Popeyes
Honestly,
is good.
that is my favorite chicken sandwich. Like fast food chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
Hands down.
easy. Anyway,
Okay.
to our
so
shark.
You're asking $500,000 for 51% stake.
Yes. I
I came
stand.
back at 450. I'll do 475.
Ooh.
Because I like the customization.
really got me with that fourth hole.
The mysterious fourth hole.
Okay. I will rebuttal with I want still 500,000, but you're now bumped up to 55% ownership.
Because she already,
60. Because I feel like 55 is not that much of a difference.
Well, I don't think $25,000 is that much of a difference.
So why are you asking for more?
I'll go 525,000 for 60%.
I feel like we just go back to the original point.
So then you're gonna go to 500,000, 51.
500,000 for 51%.
Boom, baby! I'm back in.
and that's how you get what you want.
Yeah,
Because we're
men.
But before we leave the Shark Tank, I do have a womanvention to present to you.
shit!
Oh shit!
She's turning the tables on us.
Turntables have turned.
Hang on, are we the sharks now?
Yes. Yes, you're all the sharks.
I've always wanted to be a shark.
Glub glub. Glub
I'm
glub.
gonna eat you.
I'm a shark.
I'm hungry.
Now
I've traveled
Sarah,
thousands of miles for just a piece of tuna.
Can't stop swimming or I'll die.
I want you to remember that this round of sharks, we don't have a lot of money. Liquid assets, if you will, are not abundant. So
A Pontiac Firebird is a liquid asset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. But
I'll trade you a Firebird for your company.
it needs an oil change, which is still good.
It's still good. Purrs like a kitten.
All right, Sarah, you've entered the Shark Tank. Blah, blah.
Okay, sharks. Today I present to you astral projection on demand.
Oh, damn.
So it kind of looks like the Staples button where you hit it, you know, and you can press the button. Exactly. And, you know, say someone's talking a little bit too much about their special interest and you just want an out.
I don't know how you're
You
looking
can
at
just
me.
stay where you
We're
are.
not all looking at
All
you
the
right
boys
now.
look to Jim staring. You know, when your husband's just talking at you, maybe about some
Just
figurine
little
over
Here's
here,
like
figurines
White
that-
Angel so much.
maybe about Baldur's Gate 3. You know, I'm just picking up
Something to do with a hammer.
Spitballing
I don't
here.
know. It's like a battle hammer. I don't know.
It's Warhammer, okay?
Warhammer 40,000.
Yes, his war's hammers. Yes,
But you can just press the button and you can send your consciousness elsewhere while your body remains for them to look at and think you're listening. And also, you know, like say someone creepy is coming up behind you on the street, you can just astral project yourself across the street and distract them. And then the real you can kick their ass.
That's
Or
sick.
you're in a
is
shitty
badass.
meeting and you just don't want to fucking be there, but you have to be on camera.
See, men already
You
have
know?
this, though. It's called disassociation.
well, this is, I believe, an invention by women
For
For
women.
women.
Right.
So we have to
I
think.
forget what tank I'm in.
So we have to think. What is it worth to a woman to not have to listen to a man?
To be able to have the ability to just tune the world out,
I'm gonna.
I
say
would
a
trade you
lot.
all of Joseph's Warhammer figurines.
Okay, let's not get crazy.
Are you
For
done with-
women that have this superpower.
well, real quick, are you done with your pitch?
Yes.
Okay, great.
But I didn't tell you what I want for it.
Oh, what do
sorry.
you want?
Sorry.
Okay. I obviously have to retain ownership. So
Yeah.
I have 51% of the company.
By women for women.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of R&D because this is new multi-dimensional technology.
Some pretty crazy
Yeah.
tech.
Yeah.
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 So I need 1 million
1 million.
1 million
Okay.
for 49% of the company.
I'll do that.
between the four of us.
I think we could come up with
four
at
of
least
us? Okay, hang on.
$10.
Let's
Yeah.
guys, let's piece this together. First off, we get 49%. I'm not gonna lie, fellas. This sounds like a lot of work. I don't think we're cut out for it.
Fair
so I
amount
think
of
we should
R&D,
give her
yeah.
more of that percentage. So
I think she should have more responsibility
Yes,
because
exactly.
even though we
Oh, I
have
see.
we have a minority in the company, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're
Yeah.
done.
But I feel like we need less responsibility
Exactly.
than
that would
we're
be good.
already
Yeah.
given.
Yeah.
So counter offer
How about-
30%?
How about you take 70% of the company and we'll and we'll still give you $1 million?
Yeah.
now, when you
Hold
need
on.
the
The math for 30 split 4 ways is a little complicated.
It's just 15 4 times.
Yeah, that's
That's
60. I don't know about that. I think you're wrong.
Well, then it's
actually.
7.5 4 times. Eat my ass, Grant.
See, old Donkey Brain Austin over here didn't do the math quite quick, but it didn't add up. Even Donkey Brain Austin over here is like, huh?
That math ain't math.
Oh, you know what? We'll take
He,
the
huh?
we'll take the
Huh?
repeating. We'll take the repeating number because that's how math works.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how quickly do you need this $1 million?
That's a good question.
Do we have
That's
20
7.5
years?
for each of us, friends.
You can
That's what I
spread it
said.
out over a
You
few
said
years.
15.
So I'll
And
take
then I said
installment
7.5.
payments.
Installments.
Installments.
I'm interested in that.
How long can we
Yeah.
make these installment payments?
Sounds
You
like
know,
for the
like
rest of our
5
lives.
years.
5
Also,
years?
you
Yeah.
can- yeah, that's perfect. And you can also lock us into a really bad percentage rating.
Yeah, there will be
because we won't
interest.
pay attention.
Oh,
We won't
you hitting
notice.
us with the APR?
Yeah.
And she
Damn.
knows what- we won't notice.
That's right.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about it.
I feel pretty safe.
I don't do math, so that's fine.
Shark, I think you got yourself a deal.
Yeah.
Amazing, bitch.
Yeah.
Women.
Sarah makes the first episode of Shark Tank go under. The sharks are now broke. They don't really have much more assets to play with on this one, so
Sarah did not take the Firebird.
All 2.5 Firebirds have been sold and made for less than 1% of what they owed.
More of a shark bowl.
And the shark doesn't fit.
I really was imagining like
Like a fishbowl with the...
yeah, and like a bent in half shark.
Yeah,
Just like shoved
that's still
into
kind
it.
of like outside of it, just like
You know how like we do our finances.
seconds to live.
We just have a shark in the back. We're just spraying it down with water. We found out that it can still live. It's not happy, but it's still alive.
just smoking a cigarette with like a power washer.
It's not happy, but it will live.
This thing looks mad.
Yeah, I would not get too close to it.
It's fine. It's for the shot. It's
Right.
fine. It's fine.
We ran out of fish to feed it, so we've been feeding it McChicken. So
I feel like it's not happy, but it will live. It completely describes my life.
Isn't it though?
It's not happy, but it will live.
It's still going.
that was a wonderful opener.
It sure
was
was.
great.
But I
So
believe
excited
we
for
actually
yours.
have a story.
We have like a full-on thing.
We actually have a story today.
Yeah.
We always actually have a story.
presented by the one and only.
Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll.
Sara! That's right. She's not just here to pitch brilliant ideas.
She's here to learn us something.
Yes, and today we're going to talk about the missing 411 case of Dennis Martin. It's one of the 3 unsolved missing persons cases in Great Smoky Mountain National Park. So kind of close to home.
Okay.
It was covered in David Pollity's Missing 411 Eastern United States book, but there was a lot of discrepancies because the official FBI report was released in 2022. And also the National Park official report is available for everyone to see. And there's just a lot of discrepancies between that and the Missing 411 coverage of it. So
Hang on, are you saying there's only 3 people that have gone missing in the Smokies?
more people have gone missing. There's only 3 that have never been found or recovered. Like their remains have been recovered.
like
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy got eaten. Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
they,
like they're
where they
still
have
missing
like
today.
no idea where
Yeah.
they went to or what happened to
Yeah, they're
them.
essentially like cold cases.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad for a state park.
Yeah,
in
especially the one the
Smokies.
size of the Smokies.
Yeah,
big one,
seriously.
And like the most visited national park in the country. So
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. Nice.
yeah.
Do they? Is that maybe you don't know the numbers? Maybe you do. Do people normally like get killed in like state parks or national parks? Because there's so many and they're so big. But I would imagine there's like it would be difficult to find a lot of bodies. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a lot of open land.
Yeah.
And they get visited, like millions and millions of people go to them.
But also, like I imagine, didn't that guy? It was like a year or 2 ago.
About 243 people die in U.S. national parks each year.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's less than I thought.
Yeah.
Same, actually.
really. I thought it'd be about that because I imagine it would be like just not a good murderer. It's just like a guy. Remember there was that one case where the guy like took his girlfriend or fiance.
Oh, a couple of years ago, it like blew up on social media.
Yeah.
I
Was
forget
that
her
on the
name.
Pacific Highway? Or the what's the big one that goes from like Canada to Mexico? What's the
Oh, the Pacific Crest Trail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PCT, yeah.
The PCT. That's a very tough one.
Yeah.
No, I think they were driving. They were in like a camper van kind of thing. I forgot her. I can't think of her name right now.
But I just imagine it's like the lazy, stupid boyfriend who's just like, God, I'm tired of this. And he's like, we should climb to the top of this cliff real quick. And then
Push.
Whoops, gotcha. Oh, I didn't actually catch you.
yeah, she's pretty.
When proposals go wrong. Next on America's Funniest Home Videos.
America, this is you.
I told her not to wear heels on the trip, but that
Plus
she
you're right
wanted
in
to,
my
officer. I made a joke saying, I don't. Never mind.
It's a high heels joke. It's fine.
Austin ruins everything.
All right, so we'll just get into it.
Go ahead, baby.
So it was Friday, June 13th, 1969.
Oh,
It was
shit.
Father's Day weekend.
Okay.
Oh, double shit.
Yeah.
It's a good weekend for the pops to go out to the woods.
Yeah.
On
and
Friday the
Bill
13th.
Martin
In the best year.
and Clyde Martin, his father, and their 2 sons, Doug, who was 9, and Dennis, who was 6, came from Knoxville, Tennessee, and they drove to Cades Cove in Townsend, Tennessee, which is in Great Smoky Mountain National Park. And it's a popular destination, and it was their annual Father's Day camping tradition.
That's kind of cute, actually.
Yeah.
And also, did they have a few daughters and they also had D names?
I don't think so. I think it just had the 2 boys.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, wasted opportunity, but
Yeah.
No, I hate that shit.
When everyone's named the same
Yes.
initial.
It drives me fucking crazy.
yeah.
This is D. This is Dennis. This is Dino.
Yeah. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Donald.
Real quick, we have
Just be Mormon, okay?
And
Go to
Denise.
Utah. Get out of my life.
we have 2 drivers that are at our work that are
Thank you, Austin.
they're brothers, and they're both named Dale.
Oof.
That's just mean.
They're-
Yeah,
So
Is it like Dale and Dale Jr. or something?
no,
Or
it's
both
Dale and Dale.
Dale Jr. and Dale the Third.
It's literally Dale and Dale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
they're-
it's like their
they're
dad's
blood
name.
brothers.
Guess what their dad's name is?
Dale.
Dale.
I wonder who named them.
Clearly his wife.
It's like, as the first kid, I think we'll call you Dale. He's too drunk the second time. I think I'll call you Dale.
Okay, Dale.
Sir, you already called your other son Dale. I don't think so.
You don't think I know that?
I'm gonna name him Good Dale.
He'll be a car salesman.
Look,
Come on down to Good Dale's dealership where you get the good deal with Good Dale.
look, it's pretty simple. If one's bad, it's bad Dale. If the other one's good, it's good Dale. And it changes. Who knows? You know, you could be good Dale one week.
Are they
Dale the
twins?
next week.
No.
You know what?
That's even worse.
I know.
That'd be so much worse. if they
One
were
weird
twins.
dream I've had is I wish that like I was born a southern white trash man named Dale and then start a new life in Mexico where I change my name to Dale.
Careful what
That's
you wish
pretty
for.
good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
Also, the beginning of that, I was like, okay, well, I mean, you can just trade with Joseph or I at
Yeah,
any
honestly,
point.
I'll try brown for a little bit.
I'm so glad that you guys don't see me as white trash. That's
No.
really sweet of you.
I mean, you're still a white guy for sure.
Who's trashy?
Sorry, Sarah, go ahead.
Okay, so the Martin family actually had a special connection to the Cades Cove area. They helped to settle it before the park was formed in 1934. And so they no longer worked the land because it was public land, but they gathered there every year for their little Father's Day family reunion.
That's cool. Okay.
Is he married or is it? Just,
Yeah, he's married. His wife was not on the trip since it was like a boys' trip. So just Dennis, his brother, his dad, and his grandpa were on this. And it was actually Dennis's first year on this trip. He was 6, turning 7 in the next week. He had a mild learning disability, so he was about half a year behind his peers intellectually. But he was a pretty normal kid, and he was thought to be physically fit and comfortable in the outdoors. His father described him as a husky, healthy boy, which is pretty rude, to be honest.
Well, fatso. Yeah.
I remember buying Gap Husky jeans and just thinking to myself, like, this just means I'm fat.
Yeah.
And if you're my great aunt, it's like, oh, wow, you're growing out bigger than you're growing up.
Oh, boy.
Oh, damn, great aunt. Damn.
Yeah, she was brutal.
Snarky. I can put that Virginia Slim out in my forearm.
She did that too.
Yeah, I mean, Grant, we had the same childhood, okay? I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know if you know this, Sarah, but every time Joseph says something about his life, Grant's like, "You had that same experience like every time."
It's kind of eerie.
I guess Kentucky and Alabama are just the same place.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
One's just got a thicker accent.
Yeah, one has a winning football coach.
But neither of you guys really have
and
accents.
it ain't us.
That's true. We are good at one thing.
Good at basketball.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
There's gonna be a lot of that. Sorry, Sarah. Go ahead.
So the first night, Dennis and his family were in the park. They camped at the Russell Field Shelter, which is about a 5-mile hike out from Cades Cove, which is kind of like the main area where you go park, and there's a ranger station there. So they hiked 5 miles, and they stayed in that shelter. And then the next night, they hiked about 2.5 miles, and that was on the Appalachian Trail, which kind of intersected that part of the park.
That's kind of a long hike for a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little kid.
I feel like back in like 1969 though, there wasn't that much to do, so they were just like
That's true. This
go in
is
the wilderness,
69.
you know.
You had to grow
Yeah.
up. You had to grow up fast.
He's
Yeah.
6. He's a man.
There weren't any iPads around then either.
Yeah.
They're not as soft. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Kid's already smoking cigarettes.
Honestly, probably.
He's already figured out he's a
spying
camel
them
man.
for his parents.
It's a boys' trip. You know that dad's probably slipped him a couple of beers, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Little bit
old enough.
A little bit of peppermint schnapps. you know.
Yeah.
Which happened to me.
Peppermint schnapps.
Yeah, that was like my dad's like wintertime like deer hunting thing. He
That
always
is a
had
wintertime
peppermint-
drink.
He always had peppermint schnapps in the glove compartment.
I feel like it's either that or Jaeger, like warm you up kind of drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My uncle was about Jaeger.
I had a Jaeger phase. Don't miss it.
Jaeger's rough.
It's always the beginning of the end for me.
Yeah.
The beginning
It's the
of
first
the
of many bad decisions.
Well, exactly. Like I'll have nights where I'll drink all day, and it's like, oh, okay, normal drinking day for Austin. As soon as I have a drinking day with one shot of Jaeger, that's when it's just like the goblin comes out.
Yeah. Although I'd rather
Cue
get into
running into a parked cop car, you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't think I had Jaeger. Yeah, but we'll
What?
just go ahead and say I did.
Yeah.
The stag was driving that night.
Nice.
So on that second day, they hiked 2.5 miles to Spence Field, which was kind of like a big grassy area, and there was a camp shelter out there. And this was on the Tennessee-North Carolina border. And they met up with some of the other Martin family members since it was kind of like a family reunion weekend. There was 2 more adults and then 2 boys that were around the age of Dennis and his brother, Doug. And that's where shit kind of started to go south. It was around 4:30 on Saturday, June 14th, and all the Martin family was hanging out in Spence Field. The adults were just hanging out in the grassy spot, and the 4 young boys were playing, and they decided to play a prank on the adults. So they cut through the brush near the field to sneak up on the adults, kind of come up around from behind. And the adults, of course, are just kind of like going along with it. They're like, these stupid kids, they're going to come scare us. And so they decided they would just pretend to be surprised when the boys jumped out of the woods.
Okay. Pretty typical.
Yeah. And Dennis's older brother, Doug, they decided to go south through the woods, through the brush, and they sent Dennis by himself in a northwest direction. He was wearing like a bright red shirt. They didn't want him to give away their little sneak attack. And so Doug and all the other boys came jumping out of the woods and they scared the parents, but the 4th scare from Dennis never came. After a few minutes, Bill, Dennis's dad, got worried and he started calling for him. And then he started walking the trail looking for him. And he hoped that by the time he got back to the camp shelter where they were all sitting, Dennis would have returned to the group. But Dennis Martin was never seen again, and his remains have never been found.
Damn.
With a bright red shirt and all.
Yeah.
And this is the 6-year-old, right?
This is a 6-year-old, yeah. His
Probably
brother
got
and
too
his 2
drunk.
cousins were found. Yeah.
All that peppermint schnapps, yeah.
So Bigfoot got him.
Ooh, yeah.
That'll come later.
Oh, I didn't know Bigfoot was coming in. Let's go.
So yeah, the search started immediately. His dad started calling for him almost right after he disappeared into the woods. And
My
it was,
wife is gonna kill me.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it
Yeah.
ended up being one of the largest searches in national park history. There was over 1,400 searchers involved. The National Guard was deployed. They brought in helicopters, military planes.
Hot
Psychics
damn.
were calling in from all over the country.
Psychics.
Yeah. And there was a lot of
And that didn't work?
speculation.
He's calling the police like, please.
Wow.
I need your help finding my son, but don't tell my wife. She's gonna be pissed.
If you could keep this kind of hush, hush.
Bring
He
in the
just calls the
psychics,
cable
bring in
company.
everybody.
Just don't put it on the news. Whatever. You do.
Yeah.
Making a call to the cable company. Hey, can you cut off the feed to my house?
Just tell them we didn't pay the bill or something. I just need a few hours to get this kid.
So the search, even though it was huge, was notoriously mismanaged, oversaturated with people, and it was further complicated by heavy rain, and also the area is very dense with brush and difficult terrain. And this whole search is now used as a teaching and training example of how not to search for missing persons.
Jesus. So they use this fuck up as an example of how not to fuck up?
Listen, guys.
It's in like current
when I
documents.
say that we
Oh
fucked
my-
up, we really fucked up.
Like, this is going in the textbooks.
So we made a whole video for you on what not to do when looking for a 7-year-old.
So when you send out 4 helicopters, make sure they're flying in the same direction, not towards each other.
Do
all right?
not call the psychics.
Their fuel tanks should be filled.
Yeah, I know your cousin Billy can make it, but no, he can't help us if he's had 6 beers, okay? He just can't do it.
Well, might let 3 slide. We'll let 3 beers slide. I mean, hell, we all had 3 beers.
I mean,
right?
yeah, we're
We're
outside.
out in the woods.
Yeah.
They fucked up so badly, they now use this as an example of how not to do this.
Yeah, it's like a teaching example because
Holy
it was just
shit.
like so mismanaged and there was so many more people that needed to be there that they were obscuring all of the clues that could have been there.
Too many cooks.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Too many cooks.
So the FBI released their official report in 2022, and that delves into a detailed timeline of the search and the people involved. I used the National Park official report to kind of like build out the timeline. The FBI wasn't fully engaged with it because kidnapping wasn't the main concern, but the FBI observed and spoke with all the investigators, searchers, and some suspects in the case. And this was also included, I kind of mentioned before, but in the Missing 411 book, Eastern United States. And then there was a number of inconsistencies between that book and the official report. I kind of went on this whole like Reddit wormhole, but yeah, and David Paulides, he's the writer of the Missing 411 series, and it kind of like brought into question his credibility and also just the truthfulness of where he's getting his information.
Interesting.
But since Dennis's dad raised the alarm within minutes of losing sight of him, the search began right away. He hiked back to Russell Field, where they spent the night before, and his dad, Clyde, hiked all the way back to Cades Cove, where they started, and there was a ranger station there, so he alerted the rangers, and they put out a call to dispatch to notify the park headquarters. Bill continued searching around Spence Field, where Dennis went missing. He ran into some other hikers, but no one had seen Dennis at all. The family and rangers searched the immediate area that night, but storms moved in around dark, and as much as 2.4 inches of rain fell, making searches much more difficult and washing away any evidence.
Jesus, yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, and also, I mean, Tennessee, like rainstorms in the summer, you all know it's like crazy, and
yeah.
it could have swept him away. He could have got lost in like a creek or something.
Yeah.
Let's say, granted, I mean,
Swept
we had
away.
it's the winter here now, but we had a crazy rainstorm this morning.
Yeah.
and like
bonkers.
when it rains here, it's not like the little droplets that you're used to. It's like when they say cats and dogs, it's pretty damn close.
I mean,
It was
seriously.
a downpour.
yeah.
And like we all, and like you and me talks about, and you and me talks about, it was like this beautiful shade of orange in the morning for like.
I would say horrifying, but yeah.
Well, it was beautiful.
It was like otherworldly.
prior to the rainstorm, but it was like an otherworldly, exactly
It was
otherworldly
weird.
shade of orange,
Yeah.
and then it went pink for a second on the sun, and then the clouds just came in, and it was like,
I legit woke up and like saw it, was like, oh my God. And then Grace, similar to you, Sarah, was just like, have you seen this shit? And I look out, I was like, really? A fucking tornado in December? God damn it.
So with all that rain on the first night, they kind of had to call the search off, but it resumed at 5 a.m. the next day and included park rangers and other personnel and various rescue squads. Over the next 2 days, they accumulated a search team of over 300 people, which included 51 rangers in training, visitor horse parties, national park personnel, Tennessee and North Carolina rescue squads, and Air National Guard members, as well as volunteers and volunteer Boy Scouts. They set up a heliport.
Scouts?
Yeah, they brought in like the Boy Scout troops that
Like
were visiting
kids?
the area. Yeah, like children.
What better way to find a kid with another kid?
They know
Think
what they're
like a
thinking.
kid.
Just about to say,
Put a
They
red
just
shirt
lose all
on
the Boy
Boy
Scouts too.
get the scent.
yeah. Did they bring in dogs?
They did, but
Of
because of
course,
so
yeah.
much rain, they couldn't track anything.
Right.
And also, there's way too many people
Wash
out
everything
there.
away. That's so true, too.
Yeah.
The dogs are just getting petted. Like,
Yeah.
like, go find him. There's like, getting their belly scritches.
Cute.
Yeah, a lot of like local
cue a
people
whole,
and
like,
volunteers came by with bloodhounds, but they couldn't pick up any trails to track.
and all
because
the
there
Boy
was too much
Scouts
rain.
wouldn't stop petting the bloodhounds.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They just taught them tricks, so they got something out of it. They set up a heliport near Cades Cove, and military helicopters were able to land, bring in additional troops, and also transport volunteer searchers. Basically, it just turned into a clusterfuck of people with varying levels of experience. And mainly the searches focused on the Spence Field area and the adjacent trails, and mostly the drainage areas nearby, since with all the rain, he could have gotten washed away.
Yeah.
On Sunday, that's when Dennis's mom arrived. She supposedly had heard of his disappearance at church, which is just
Imagine
another
that
level of shitty.
helicopter.
Oh, so he
Coming
did
in.
cut off the cable. Yeah.
Dude,
Dana, are you okay? We just heard about your kid. What about my kid?
Oh, man, what a long drive, too. Getting madder and madder.
I'm honestly picturing her being like helicoptered
Yeah,
in.
same.
And
Yeah.
you hear like the you son of a bitch.
Like the dad just like got up from like looking for something and he hears in the background, but it's like slow motion. Like, that slow turnaround.
You lost our son. Well, technically
she's
just
already-
misplaced. Okay? We just don't know where he is right now.
She's already hanging from the fucking landing.
Just like one arm. Yeah.
She's one arm in
Schwarzenegger
it,
style.
and then in the other arm is a frying pan.
Take me in lower. You got it, ma'am.
This is such a throwback, but in the movie Big Liar, with Frankie,
Fat Liar?
Big Fat Liar,
Yeah.
we're like that song's like right here, right now, that's like playing in the background.
So instead of like a Hendrix tune, that's always part of a helicopter.
Yeah.
So we can all agree the wife definitely had the conversation with the husband. Like, are you sure he should go? He's only like 6 or 7.
He's pretty young, and like we had to hold him back a year.
Honey, you're over worrying. You always
It'll be
do this.
fine.
What's the worst that could happen?
It was also his first time going on the like boys trip, so he
Yeah.
literally
Oh, so
lost
you-
him the first
So
time.
you know they had that conversation. It was like,
Yeah.
you can't take a 6-year-old out into the woods. And he's like,
It's a 2.5.
what's he going to do?
hike.
Get lost?
I've been there a million
Forever.
times. I know that place like the back of my hand. I couldn't lose them if I wanted to.
Cut to.
Got to.
Cut to Mama
Honey,
Denise. Just
don't be mad.
His forehead's gonna be reading Made in Japan for like the next fucking year. Oh man.
So it was Sunday that Mrs. Martin arrived with her wrath. And on Monday, the media was reporting the story and individual volunteers were showing up. Some of them did bring their dogs, like we talked about, but they were unable to track anything.
This is Channel 4 News tuning in right now. We here can see the mother's wrath. She is pissed.
he's just got his hands to it. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
My God, Doug, she looks like she's a Tyrannosaurus Rex from Jurassic Park. She looks pissed.
She's got a hell of a hook, Bob.
Not for the weather.
And by Tuesday, they brought in...
Sorry, now for the weather. More rain?
Oh, yeah, that kid's definitely dead. He's in a drainage ditch rotting as we speak.
Oh my god.
Hopefully a hiker will find him when the winter thaw comes.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Sarah.
So the next day on Tuesday, they brought in 50 additional National Guard troops, and they set up an intensive grid search near Spence Field, which is how it should have been the whole time.
I was about to say, like from
Yeah,
the
that's how
minute
they
that he
do it
called,
now.
So
Yeah.
this is like days later, several hundred people trampling through the through
Yeah,
the scene.
I think they might have had it, but it wasn't very well established.
Okay.
And also, I mean, they just have like so many volunteers and random people coming in to try to help, but it just gets messy. Helicopters were flying volunteers to Spence and Russell Field, and they actually brought in Green Berets from Fort Bragg who were on a training exercise.
Damn, okay.
Hell yeah.
And they searched Eagle Lake, and areas on the north side, or the North Carolina side of the trail were also searched by North Carolina personnel. By the end of Tuesday, 365 searchers were engaged in the efforts.
Damn.
They also tried to bring in a military aircraft with a loudspeaker enabled, and they were planning to have Bill Martin, Dennis's dad, go up in the plane and call out to Dennis so he'd recognize the voice. But before the plane could do that, it struck a rock, and they had to send it back to the military base.
What do you mean it struck a rock?
It's like landing gear got stuck and broke, basically. and they had to send it back. So.
I really like the idea of like, Dennis, please come out. Your mother is very mad at me. Dennis, please show yourself. Your mother is.
See, before that,
very
I'm
mad
thinking
at me.
there's like a general who's like, Mr. President, just let us use this new aircraft. We can bomb the place and find the kid's body.
Right, cue to the video of how not to conduct a search.
So now everyone remember,
Right.
don't bomb the search site.
Section 15C, if you're going to use a plane, clear the landing way of any debris that may inflict damage to the landing gear.
That means sweeping the rocks.
That means the rocks.
That doesn't mean we think we got all the rocks. That means checking that we got all of the
make
rocks.
sure we get the rocks.
Well, how big of a rock is it?
All of the rocks.
What do we do, PFC Johnson? Get all the rocks? We get all of the rocks.
What's the difference between a rock and a boulder?
Different sizes, get both.
Yeah, the military is like, this plane could hit anything. It's invincible. It's like the Titanic. It can't sink.
We sent these same planes to Nam, and look how that worked out.
Did you just say, like the Titanic?
Unsinkable.
This is an unsinkable plane.
I would hope so.
This plane won't
Unsinkable
sink.
from the sky. But it was not, so they had to send it back.
Sarah, who was the? Do you get into this later? Who were the first people they were supposed to call? Because you said it was the National Guard. You said they created the grid system.
Yeah, they first notified the park rangers, which I think is probably pretty standard. Like, that's the move,
it's
and they
the
kind of
closest,
notified
yeah.
everyone. Yeah, I think they just happened to have National Guard soldiers like on a training exercise nearby, and that's why they brought in so many of them.
Well, that makes sense.
And I don't know like how well established the grid search thing was at that point. Like, I think it was probably used by searchers, but I think it wasn't as well kind of like planned out as it is now, where they have actual like
because of
search and
that.
rescue teams. Yeah, that was part of it.
I mean, kind of like the LAPD is who we have to thank for Miranda rights,
Yeah, that's true.
Because they
Thanks,
beat
LAPD.
so many people
I
senseless.
guess, yeah.
Yeah, they fucked up so hard for so long. They were like, okay, we have to put constitutional law that you read people their rights if you arrest them.
I did not know that.
And that wasn't until the fucking 60s, by the way.
Which is funny because now you don't even have to. They looped back around to where now you are not legally obligated to give people their Miranda rights anymore.
We can
Really? I
We can
thought
go
that was
there.
like.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Is that a state by state? Or is that constitutional?
I want to say that's federal.
That's wild.
It is.
I want to say it's state by state, but
I could be wrong.
Let's not look it up and keep going.
let's not look it up.
Let's assume I'm right and move on.
Yes.
Let's assume I'm right.
Let's pull a little man move and just say I'm right and move on.
We can both be right.
We can both move on.
We'll look it up at the end.
That sounds good.
By the end of Wednesday, 615 searchers were engaged. An operations center had been established, and that evening a strategy meeting was called with park personnel to recap their efforts and make a plan for the days to come. Veteran searchers were brought in, including Dwight McCarter, who is the coolest guy in this whole case, in my opinion.
I mean, hell of a name.
Yeah.
I'm with you so far.
He was just a young park ranger at the time, but he went on to be a tracker and find over 24 missing people in national parks and wild areas.
Damn.
And he actually wrote a book that detailed some of his time searching on the Dennis Martin case. But he kind of like commented on the disorganization. Yeah.
Was his nickname the Bloodhound? Because goddamn, I hope
That would
so.
be a sick nickname.
Yeah, right?
Let's just say it is.
Yeah, because I mean, he's
he's
already
a
found 12 motherfucking kids. I mean, come on, that's
They
awesome.
call me the Finder.
How about Bloodhound? That sounds better.
No,
It's been done before.
It's the
I like the
Finder.
Finder.
Okay, I mean, we had the Bloodhound like all queued up for you, but okay.
But I'm not a dog.
All right, Finder it is.
I find people.
Like the boss is like, shh, Grant, shut up. He likes the finder.
He's autistic.
Yeah.
Look, he really likes the finder.
Okay, just let him have it, okay? Don't make fun of him later. He gets insecure about it.
And don't talk about trains.
He'll just never stop.
He'll get locked in.
Sorry, Sarah.
So they brought in the Bloodhound / Dwight McCarter, and he kind of commented on the state of the search and just the disorganization of it, saying, all those people, that's a lot of footprints, all those trucks, we searched and searched and searched. Something should have been found, but you have to know what to look for. Just get a few of us trackers in there first and give us a chance.
Yeah, they should have sent the finder in.
Yeah, should have sent the
Yeah, he
finder
should have
in.
been the first
That's what
one
I
in.
do. I find things.
So he's basically like Pulp Fiction. He's the wolf. Like they should have just called the wolf in.
Yeah, they sent in the wolf.
Which I didn't realize till the other day. Reservoir Dogs, they actually reference that motherfucker.
Yeah. No, hang on.
Oh, do they?
It's vice versa. Pulp Fiction references Reservoir Dogs.
There's a small little. I rewatched Reservoir Dogs just the other day. There's a little tiny reference to the dude. It's cool.
And wait.
No, because
Which
Reservoir
one
Dogs.
is the reference? Which one references the other?
The wolf. But it's-
Reservoir Dogs references the wolf, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
that I can get back because Reservoir Dogs is before Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they do reference Pulp Fiction in. I'm sorry, they do reference Reservoir Dogs in Pulp Fiction.
Correct.
But yeah, it was a little bit of a.
You need to watch Reservoir Dogs again.
It's
surprisingly
good.
I recently rewatched Pulp Fiction, but
I do like Pulp Fiction.
Shot wise, it's a little, whatever. Production value is low.
Yeah.
But
I actually like its shot choices because I think it's very different than what it normally should be.
fair point.
Like I think
Yeah.
the shot choices are intentionally picked to depict how you're supposed to feel as opposed to a traditional shot choice.
That's a very good point. Anyways,
sorry, Sarah.
sorry, Sarah.
I was waiting for it.
Let's put up a sorry Sarah counter. Just get Jules, can we get a ding every time?
That is 6. Boys, shut the fuck up.
Sorry, Sarah. Number 2.
Yes. Okay. So it's Wednesday. There's 615 searchers involved. They brought in veteran searchers.
It's too many.
Yeah. It's
When
way
did
too many.
he go missing? Was it the prior Thursday?
It was Saturday.
Saturday.
So it
I'm
was
sorry,
Saturday.
how many searchers did you say there was?
There were 615 by
God
Wednesday. So
damn.
like 4 days later.
That is too many.
Yeah. And also throughout the early days of the search, public awareness was growing and media coverage, and they started to get tips from psychics calling in from all over the country.
We'll stop the press as the psychics are calling in.
The Martin
and
family
again,
was
that-
so desperate.
that
they
worked, right?
Oh yeah.
Can you tell me what
they found him and
Dennis-
then they lost him again?
Can you tell me what Dennis's astrological sign is?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Is he a Virgo?
I think he might be a 7. What month is it? Yeah, Mercury.
We've got a Capri Sun rising.
Well, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
My anus is in retrograde. Must have been the Taco Bell.
It's got a very-
Wait. Sorry, Sarah.
I was waiting for it.
Sorry, Sarah. Number 3.
But yeah, so the psychic started calling in. There was one, Mrs. Schwaller from Linden, Michigan, and she reported that she had a dream predicting that the boy would be found 5 miles southeast from the area he was last seen, on a stream by a waterfall, and there were white pine trees in the area. She noted that she had dreams like this before and they had come true. The area was searched as part of the assigned area, but of course, nothing was found. Jean,
Really?
there was another psychic, Jean Dixon.
I had a dream about pine
Miss
trees.
Cleo, the boy be dead. Call me now, 1-800.
Never found again. Wow, she actually really knows her stuff.
Gone over to the other side.
You'll be beating your husband.
Oh, wow.
Another
That'll be
psychic.
1750.
Just keeps plugging the numbers. Like, that's Miss Cleo. Call me now. 1-800. Miss Cleo.
One of the other psychics that called in was a well-known clairvoyant, and she claimed to have predicted the Kennedy assassination. She predicted in 1960 that the election would be dominated by a Democrat who would be assassinated or die in office. Although she did later change this prediction before the election and said Nixon would win. So
She had
not
it,
super reliable.
She had it in the first
I know.
prediction.
I don't know why she changed it. But she reported the vision of Dennis still breathing and that searchers would find him, she foretold, behind a waterfall on the North Carolina side of Spencefield, but they found nothing.
But did they find the waterfall?
I think they found the waterfall.
If there was a
'cause that
waterfall, that'd be
there.
That's
kind of
pretty
cool.
Pretty good.
Did they chase it?
What do you guys think? Thank you.
Don't go chasing waterfalls, Greg.
Don't do it. And no scrubs. What do you guys think about the idea of a psychic who kills someone and then calls into the police with bad tips intentionally to lead them astray? You
I
like
think
that?
that's awesome.
That's
I
pretty
feel
good,
like-
right?
That seems
feel
like
like,
something I would do if I was a citizen.
That sounds like a dramedy.
I was
Like,
going to say
sounds
that sounds like HBO's hit Medium. I'm not sure if it was HBO. I just kind of pulled that out of my mouth. But there was a show called Medium with Kira Sidwick.
Oh, the blonde lady?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She was a psychic lady that helped out the police.
I preferred Ghost Whisperer with
I preferred
Jennifer
that so
Love
Raven.
Hewitt.
I preferred that so Raven.
Yeah. We got to bring psychics back.
I also like and don't like the show Psych.
Psych is
Psych is
actually
kinda
pretty
cool.
fun.
I like Psych.
I watched a lot of Psych back in the day.
It's dumb as hell and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's one of my backgrounds.
And then they had that show, The Mentalist, that was just like a ripoff of Psych.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah. Number 4.
Where's that Family Feud dinger? That's what I need.
Yeah.
Okay. By Friday, which was also almost a week after Dennis's disappearance, the chief ranger, Ranger Snedden, issued a public statement regarding the search operations, and later that night they called another strategy meeting to detail the steps that would be taken in case he was found. If he was found dead, they were going to call the coroner, send up a flare to wherever he was found and try to mark the area. And if he was found alive, they were going to fly him out to the nearest military base and then send him by ambulance to the hospital.
Now, I don't want you to be upset by any options here, but let's just say if we find him dead, here's our game plan.
But you got it.
We're not giving up.
This is option A. And now, look, they're not
They're not saying he's dead.
right, but this is option
They're
A.
not saying he's alive either.
But let's be real. It's been a week and he's 6. I'm just saying, he's probably not having a great time.
Look, to make you feel better, we have option A, but we also have option 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So there's no designator.
It's kind of
here.
like buying a lottery ticket and planning on which vacation you're going to take. Like, you're not going to win, but it's nice to think you might.
nice to think you might.
Now, there's still a strong possibility that he's alive out there somewhere, but we're going to give all 600 people looking for him a flare in case you find his body dead.
Now, listen, all I'm saying is we have sent them out with glad bags. Just in case.
All right.
Now we've run out of body bags. We have sent some out with hefty bags.
And we
Look,
do have cougar shit test kits.
Again,
in case one of
he
these
might
hot
still
moms
be
got a
alive.
hold of him.
I was thinking actual mountain cougars.
Oh, sure.
That ate him.
the boy. Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Pooped him.
That too.
Yeah.
That could also have been it.
Right? And then our obligatory. Sorry,
Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah. Number 5.
Okay, so Friday they did the statement, and then over the next days, more volunteers streamed in. And on Saturday, which was 1 week after he went missing, there's a total of 1,400 searchers.
Damn.
A search official noted that the high country had been well searched, and the top areas were reaching their saturation points, which is kind of like, yeah, obviously. The search had covered an estimated 56.75 square miles with nothing but a few clues and calls from the psychics. Leads had been followed, whether from the clairvoyants or from nature itself. They did investigate things like rotting odors, and they watched vultures to see if they were circling anywhere. But all of these led to dead animals. The next week, so week 2 of the search, the volunteers began to taper off.
I'm assuming you're laughing because you were also assuming she was going to say dead ends. Because that's where my head was at. That you said dead animals. I was like, that's better.
This is like, this is, I don't know, the fact of like them pushing by a bush. Ah, it's another deer.
Yeah, I just got another gopher. Fuck.
Can bald eagles pick up a 6-year-old kid?
No, they can't do shit.
A harpy eagle could though.
A harpy eagle?
Bald eagles
But
suck.
they also live in the Amazon, I think.
Right.
So
There's an eagle in the Amazon?
yeah, dog.
Yeah.
That's sick.
They're
And,
fucking huge, man. They eat monkeys.
Renowned hermit.
Whoa, that's
Yeah,
sick.
dude. They fucking pluck them right out of the off a branch.
Dude, give me one of those.
Renowned Smoky Mountain hermit Bob Eagle probably could pick up a 7-year-old child.
What?
Is that a
What
real
now?
person?
Renowned Smoky Mountain hermit Bob Eagle.
I don't know what
a
the
real
string.
person?
I know.
We are
What
now,
string of words have you put together to make some kind of?
Is Bob Eagle real?
He's like a radio host.
Austin brings up an excellent point. Bob Eagle probably still has Dennis.
Probably.
Very, very old
Where
Dennis.
can I get to that?
In his lair.
Ooh.
Ooh.
There are some like weird hermits in this, but yeah.
No, Bob Eagle is not a real. Are you seriously? No, actually, he's so real. Please search up Bob
He's
Eagle.
Googling
right
Bob
There's
Eagle,
someone-
renowned hermit.
I just looked up renowned hermit Bob Eagle. And I was like, what the?
Did it?
No, it's renowned Smoky Mountain hermit Bob Eagle.
Yeah,
Did you
you'll
put Smoky
get
Mountain in
confused with the East Coast renowned Bob
Yeah.
Eagle.
Right.
And did
Can you just
the,
start
Bob
telling
with 2
people about
Bs.
him and pretend he's like this real character that everyone knows about? You're like,
Yeah,
you don't know
Bob
Bob
Eagle.
Eagle.
You haven't heard of renowned Smoky Mountain hermit Bob Eagle? What are you fucking stupid?
did the AI generated Google search?
No, it's just
tell you
giving me
that you're
pictures
stupid?
of. It's just giving me pictures of bald eagles.
You just crashed Google.
Oh, they said
That's because
you
they don't
meant
want you to
bald
know.
Eagle. Got
But
it.
my
They don't want you to know about Bob Eagle.
Bob Eagle. Yeah.
the first picture they give me is just a bald eagle being a dickhead to another bald eagle and it's perched on its head.
And look, it's even screaming like.
All right. So I got distracted by renowned Smoky Mountain hermit Bob Eagle.
All right, everybody at the same time.
Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah. Number 6.
So the following week, week 2 of the search, the number of volunteers began to taper off, which the National Park Service expected. There was a moment of excitement when a young boy that kind of matched Dennis's description was seen walking near Cades Cove, but it turned out just to be a kid camping with his family, wearing a red shirt and green shorts like Dennis was. So they told him to change his shirt.
Hey, dickhead!
Don't you know what's going on here?
Don't you read the newspapers, little kid?
It's 1969. There's no iPads.
Take that damn shirt off.
But put another one on.
Yeah, because that'd be weird.
Why are they from Boston now?
We came down to help.
Everybody's here.
Put your shirt back on.
They'd be the most useless search and rescue people ever.
I know. Dropping a couple of Southies in there,
Yeah.
just like fucking with their cooler full of Sams.
Never seen a tree before.
All right.
Hey, they are resourceful as fuck.
First, we're gonna rip a couple of butts, and then we're gonna walk in a straight line.
Hey, where's the Duncan?
No, I said a straight line.
Smokey the Bear comes out and kicks all their asses.
So on Tuesday, June 27th, they determined that the search would be drawn down by that Thursday. And after that, it would be put on a maintenance basis after June 29th.
So they gave up.
I mean, what else are you going to do after you
Yeah.
have 1,400 people?
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
what
half the
1,400
nearby
people looking
military
for
there.
one kid.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
earlier you said 56 square miles.
Yeah, they searched 56
That's
square miles.
crazy.
Which is
That's a
crazy
lot
amount.
of
Like,
lot
there's
of
no way a
size.
kid could have traveled that far.
But that I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking about that when as soon as you said 56 square miles. I'm like, the kid couldn't have gotten far.
No,
Yeah, I think they
not
were
that
looking
far.
at
Right.
like the streams and the creeks and everything too, in case he got carried away by high water.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think they were also just kind of like, you know, they had all these psychics calling in like, oh, he's by that waterfall over there. So they're kind of just like checking out every possible avenue.
I guess at that point you just start, you know,
Listening to
searching for
psychics.
child-sized coffins.
Yeah.
Or psychics, I guess.
Yeah. Anything. By Friday, the number of searchers dwindled down to 68 people, and the full search operation officially ceased on Friday, June 29th. Chief Ranger Snedden stated that he would continue to commit 3 of his best searchers for up to 90 days in the park, and the Martin family posted a $5,000 reward for any information leading to the safe return of Dennis. And then in the FBI report released in 2022, it noted that Chief Ranger Snedden had suggested that he believed Dennis was lost into a crevice, lodged out of sight, and perhaps covered with debris. And from the very vastness and ruggedness of the area, further search is impractical. And this was despite urges from Mr. Martin, who the FBI file kind of noted that he was kind of getting a little like off his rocker a little bit. He was kind of like, he kept writing them letters and asking them to continue the search. And he was just really kind of like leaning into any possible thing. I think he just couldn't accept the fact that his son was really gone.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it was his fault.
Yeah, presumably.
Twist the
It's really the
knife.
brother's fault because he sent him off like by himself
That's
in the
true.
woods.
That's fair.
That is true. It's
I
like,
would-
hey, you got this dumbass shirt on. Go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like such older sibling behavior too.
No more Christmases.
I get all of the presents now.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. Yeah, you talk about like a guilty dad. I'm sure that brother was.
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah.
he drank himself to death
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Right,
the
I
Martin
mean,
family didn't really do
didn't
any
take it well?
interviews. Well, they didn't take well, but they also declined a lot of interviews. They haven't really made any public statements.
Yeah,
Even still, they haven't really. They'll like speak to newspapers and stuff like that, but they haven't made any actual interviews. And then at the end of the search, the total man hours at the end of the search was 13,420, approximately 200 helicopter hours.
Damn.
And the total cost of equipment and supplies was $50,584, which would be over $900,000 today.
So the kid was white. Got it.
Yeah,
Damn.
he was.
God damn, that's a good one. Come on. Fuck yeah. That was a good one.
I didn't like that.
I was just assumed. I'm surprised Grant even said it.
I think exactly. I think that's exactly my point. Like that wasn't the elephant in the room that needed to be addressed.
I'm glad you did.
All right.
Well, Austin's not lowering the bar tonight. I'm just, helping out.
That's not true.
You're on the back foot, dude. You got to get in there.
Is that a challenge?
I mean,
Yes, sir.
I believe it is because right now your only argument is nuh-uh.
That's not what I said at all. I said, yeah, but come on.
You did not. Jules, rewind that tape for me.
What? About what? About assuming that this was a white kid?
What?
I never said nuh-uh.
No, we're talking about you not lowering the bar.
Oh. I'm just waiting for my moment, man. Biding my time. Because I'll come out with a banger. Sorry,
I hope
Sarah.
you do.
Sorry, Sarah. Number 7.
So despite the number of searchers, the helicopters, the psychics, the equipment, which included radios, jeeps, the American Red Cross was there with supplies, there was no truly viable clues of
Sorry,
where
Sarah.
Dennis went.
Hold on. I just said that it was the dad's fault. That's not lowering the bar.
Not enough.
Oh, apparently. All right. Sorry, Sarah.
it was also
Yeah.
the brother's fault.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sarah. Number 8.
Well, excuse me while I fucking just mix up my fucking lower the bar potion over here.
His witch's brew.
He's getting so defensive about it. No,
This is my game.
You want me to be worse? Challenge accepted.
I'm trying to be better in my life, and you're just trying to bring out the bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's like your final challenge, like you have to face yourself.
That's actually exactly what I'm going through.
It's like when Link has to fight the Shadow Link.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, you're talking about bedtime.
Or like, yeah, or like,
Yeah.
That too. Yeah.
was it in Scott
For me, it's
Pilgrim?
just
He has to
whenever I
face
wake
himself, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't think we've taken so many Muay Thai classes.
Or the Prince of Persia.
or Mortal Kombat.
Lots of games.
This is a theme.
So this has been done before?
I didn't just come up with it.
No, I don't want to do it. Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah. Number 9.
Despite all of the effort and the money and everything that went into the search, there was no really viable ideas of what happened. Abduction and animal attack were thought to be possible, but unlikely. Ranger Dwight McCarter, Bloodhound, whatever.
The Finder.
The Finder, thank you. When asked about a bear attack and its possibility, he said that the Rangers had trapped a bear using corn recently, which was outside of their usual diet. And that their
Just
usual...
throw a corn cob on the ground.
I guess, yeah.
And it's outside of the usual diet. So yeah, like Bear's like, what's that?
On a cob.
You make it sound like the Finder was like, to be honest, I'm surprised myself. I didn't think it would work.
Typically I have corn out of a can. This is so outside of my usual diet.
And it's roasted on the grill with cheese and spices. This is
This is
fantastic.
milote.
But so it was outside the bear's usual diet, and the bear's normal food sources has been diminished. So that could lead people to believe that possibly a bear would have attacked a child when normally they wouldn't, but it still was thought to be unlikely. It seemed most plausible that Dennis had been lost somewhere in the difficult terrain, which was thick with laurel thickets, rhododendron, and a lot of brush.
You said what? It was thick with what?
Laurel thickets
And brush.
and brush.
And
Rhododendron.
Just a lot of weeds
What's
and
that?
stuff.
It's scrub brush. It doesn't matter. Okay. It's
Sorry
hard.
for trying to learn, Grant. That's on
Oh,
me. Sorry.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, Grant, why are you
I
crushing
don't
his
think
curiosity?
you really want to know.
I do want. I asked, didn't I?
It's like big, bulky trash plants.
Because
that are hard
I
to get
heard
through.
rhododendron, and I was like, what the hell is that?
No, it's rhododendron.
Yeah, the rhododendron. Sarah, keep going. I'll show it to
Educate
Jamie.
Jamie on the things he wants to learn about. Thanks, Grant. I appreciate that. And all the food I'm getting.
So despite not having a great idea of what happened, there were a few mysterious clues and sightings during the first days of the search that led to more far-fetched speculation. On Tuesday, June 17th, so just a couple days into the search, a small shoe print was found near Pigeon River, which was below Spence Field. It was a child-sized Oxford shoe, which was the type of shoe that Dennis had been wearing. His family claimed that it was
shit.
too small to be Dennis's.
Oh.
And the
Whose else would it have been?
The searchers had already been in the area, but they didn't really search that hard.
What the fuck? They
Yeah.
found a shoe print of a child-sized shoe that he was last seen wearing, and they're like, couldn't be him.
Haven't
Yeah.
seen him in months. Nah.
I
What
don't
the
know.
fuck?
And the finder, when he was interviewed later, said, "Yeah, I wish we investigated that shoe print more."
Yeah.
Which is like, obviously. But the most mysterious thing in this case really was the scream heard by Harold Key, who was a visitor at Great Smoky Mountain National Park the weekend that Dennis went missing.
Hear a scream?
He heard a scream. Harold Key was from Carthage, Tennessee, and he was visiting Cades Cove, the area where Dennis and his family had started this whole trip, that weekend when Dennis disappeared. They heard a scream almost exactly the same time that Dennis went missing. Key didn't report this until much later, reportedly weeks or even a month later. He wasn't aware of Dennis's disappearance at the time that he heard it, and he didn't want to add to what he said was the crackpots calling in from all over the country.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'd report a scream.
He did later report it. So Bill Martin, Dennis's dad, in the official FBI file, had written a letter to the FBI asking to meet with Harold Key, the man that heard the
I
scream.
could choke him to death
Yeah.
for not saying some shit.
Just like
Fucking
interviewing
seriously.
him.
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
And basically, Mr. Martin was just pissed off that like the FBI had interviewed Key and they hadn't brought him into it because he also wanted to just hear, what he had to say about it since his son was still missing.
Yeah.
And then they also released Mr. Key's testimony or his interview to the public before Bill Martin was aware of the conversation. So that was on July 28th, 1969, that Bill Martin wrote that letter to the FBI. So that was about a month later after the search.
Yeah.
But what happened with Harold Key, on the day of Dennis's disappearance, Saturday, June 14th, him and his family were in the park and they had asked a ranger to send them to an area that had some less tourist. It wasn't quite as populous. And they wanted to go look for some bears, which is like kind of a bad idea if you're just out by yourself looking for bears. But That's what they wanted to do.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea, actually.
Yeah.
But we just want to poke them a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I guess if you keep
Isn't
your
there a
distance.
rule? Don't poke the bear.
I'm pretty sure that's pretty common. Yeah.
Especially the bears that eat corn.
Right. Corn does not digest very well.
I mean, it comes right out.
Mr. Key, again, you can't hunt the bears. No, I can hunt the bears. I've hunted bears before.
Well, if the bear starts shit first, I mean, I'm just defending myself. Please do not go out and provoke the bears.
Mr. Key, is that a cooler full of salmon and key lights?
For me.
I'm going to get hungry and thirsty.
And I'm just going to poke them a little bit, all right?
Just a little bit.
I'll make sure the stick's really, really long.
Mr. Key, why is your son covered in honey?
I played the fifth.
He's looking for bees.
The stupid excuse. He's looking for
So
Bar
Keys going down the path. From Key's interview in the Knoxville News Sentinel in 1969, he wasn't sure of the exact location where he went with his family in the park. The rangers later estimated it to be in the Sea Branch area of Cades Cove near Rowan's Creek, which was approximately 10 air miles from Spence Field or 7 miles by foot. So about 7 miles away from where Dennis went missing.
Key shot the kid. He thought it was a bear. He shot the kid, took the body with him. No evidence.
I thought he was a coyote.
He goes,
I solved the case.
Paddington Bear?
Right, Winnie the Pooh.
Bright red t-shirt. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh's better.
Goddamn bears cutting through that bush like nothing I've ever seen before.
Wearing human clothes.
The perfect camouflage.
They're learning.
Bear, the only animal smarter than man.
Well, smarter than me, but you know.
I'm a man.
Mr. Key, again, the bears aren't smarter than man.
How come he beat me in tic-tac-toe that time? Sir, were you playing tic-tac-toe with a bear? Well, I
Not
had to poke
anymore.
him.
He's a fucking cheater.
He's a rug in my living room. Damn it.
I lay on him naked every night.
Bear ain't smarter than an AR-15, that's for sure.
Crank my hog on that bearskin rug every night.
Ew.
Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah. Number 10.
It was between 3:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. when Harold Key and his wife were walking near Rowan's Creek and they heard a loud scream. And Harold thought it was most likely between 4 and 4:30 p.m., which was almost exactly the time that Dennis went missing a few miles away in Spence Field. Around that same time, Harold saw a rough-looking man moving through the woods near the scream.
Oh, boy.
The man was somewhat obscured by bushes, and
It's
he
Bob
seemingly
Eagle.
was
Hey,
Bob Eagle.
it's fucking Bob Eagle.
To announce Smokey Mountain Hermit Bob Eagle. It's him.
Renowned Smoky Mountain pervert.
We don't know that yet.
We don't know.
Hopefully not. But the man was somewhat obscured by the bushes, and he was seemingly trying to be kind of sneaky. And Harold later stated that he thought maybe he was a moonshiner.
Well, it seems you've caught on to me. Bob Eagle.
I better kill this kid and throw him in the still. Just to be sure.
Harold also found a roughly drawn map on a piece of notebook paper near where the man had been, and it had a road and a camp area drawn. Key, who was clearly not an investigative type, just dropped the map and didn't really do anything with it.
Oh my
What the fuck? Really?
Oh
yeah,
my
he just
God.
left it there.
He just left it
He just
there?
left
Okay.
it there. But to be fair, he did not know that this boy was missing at the time.
Fair, I guess. But
okay.
no, 100%. There's a small X on that hand-drawn map that says "Kid,
Kid.
Yeah.
Right. Heidi Hole.
God.
Dead boy lies here. Well, that don't make a lick of sense. I'll just leave this map here.
Well, this is probably a raccoon's treasure map. I'll just leave it right here.
Tell me where the bears are.
Before the Key family had gone out to the creek, they parked their car on the road, and there's only one other car there parked on the road, a white car, which was partially obscured by the branches. And Key said, I wouldn't say it was hidden, but it was pulled back in the woods. When the Keys returned to their car after hearing the scream, the white car was gone. Harold noted that the crusty-ass man would have had to cut through the underbrush or otherwise pass right by his wife, who was near the stream, and his daughter to get back to the car.
The car's always white.
It is.
It's always
Most
It's
of the
either a
time.
white van, white
Yeah,
car.
yeah, yeah. I think I may have solved this case. But continue.
Now, I'm not the finder, but I have a theory.
I'm no finder nor Detective Austin, but I think
I might be Bob Eagle.
Hang on. So you're telling me Key, months after this kid has gone missing, he just wakes up in the middle of the night, kind of like fucking Kronk from
Ember's New Groove.
yeah, Ember's New Groove. The kid went missing. And the man in the woods.
Then I heard the scream, and then I saw a map on the trail. Just when I saw
The map to the kid. Is that the map you're talking about?
the map.
With the missing kid.
God, we got a reoccurring kid. Fuck.
Fucking A, man. No wonder they use this as an example of what not to do.
Yeah. But kind of like the wrench in this whole thing is that where Keys was about 10 miles away from where Dennis went missing. And because he heard the scream so close to the time that he went missing, it would have been almost impossible for Dennis by himself to have made it to that point, or even for an adult to have carried him to that point.
All right.
Ranger said it's about 10 air miles, presumably 7 by ground. Ranger Snedden said that in his opinion, neither child or any possible abductor could have gotten from Spence Field to Sea Branch by 6 p.m. And he didn't associate the scream with the disappearance. I mean, obviously it's still really fucking crazy that there's just a white car that disappears and
weird.
like
And
a man
scream.
hiding in the bushes and a scream. And,
So an unrelated
yeah.
murder
Yeah. Yeah.
in the state park just happened to happen like right nearby.
I'm still caught up on the fact that he found a map, and then
The map is questionable.
Even if it had nothing to do with the kid, I would have picked up the
Right.
map and followed it and just been like, what's this?
Right.
yeah.
I would not have followed. I would give it to a
Cut
ranger.
to-
Like,
You
that's
probably
your
got shot,
problem.
but
Well, that's because we're white. We would have followed them.
I was literally just about to say.
Yeah, we would have been like, this looks like fun.
wow, it's like the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, and then it turns out it's hostile.
yeah.
It's like the cuts to the video seminar again.
Section 20, subsection B. If you find a map leading to a potential hostile hermit,
Do not seek the treasure.
please
Do not
submit.
seek the treasure.
Please submit the map to the nearest authority.
Buddy system, people. God damn it.
God damn it, buddy system. Like the Hardy Boys.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah. Number 11.
So this is kind of where the missing 4-in-1 stuff comes in. The author of Missing 4-in-1 kind of bent the truth a little bit in his retelling of this to make the timelines match up a little bit more. So when the case was published in Missing 4-in-1 in 2011, the official report had not been released. And Paulides, the author of Missing 4-in-1, misstated Dennis's time of disappearance as 3:30 p.m. when the newspaper articles and interviews had clearly stated it as 4:30 p.m. And
Okay.
so by stating that, he kind of would have allowed more time in this whole thing for like the kid to have gotten from point A to point B, the
Sure.
scream to have been involved.
Because an hour when you're walking through the woods is a pretty significant chunk of time.
Yeah, I mean, that's still
in
kind of
terms
far for like 10
mileage and
miles.
stuff.
But yeah. And he also pushed back the estimated time of the scream from Key's most probable estimate of 4 to 4:30 from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m., kind of just extending that timeline again.
Right.
And then he also implied that Key had seen a very hairy or shaggy man rather than just like this crusty old guy in the woods. And one news source noted that Key's sons thought they saw a shaggy figure that they presumed to be a bear But this was later questioned by Keyes' daughter, and she said she didn't think that happened because her brothers were wandering and looking for like rocks and sticks while the scream was heard. And so there's just one account of them seeing like a shaggy figure, but it kind of was discounted by the rest of the family.
Did this shaggy figure possibly have big feet?
Where we're getting.
I'm so glad you remembered.
I did. I remember every Bigfoot detail.
Yeah, and in Missing 411, he kind of like pulled out of his ass that a dark-figured man was running along a ridge line carrying something on his shoulder around where Keyes
Was
had
it red?
I didn't say it was red.
Green shorts?
Oh, the red shirt. No, he didn't say anything about the color.
Damn it.
But it was kind of like his implication that like, yeah, Bigfoot picked up the kid and was running along this ridge line, which had like never previously been mentioned.
It is the most fun possible.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
Hold on. In all seriousness, to be fair, a Bigfoot can traverse that many miles in the wilderness in that short amount of time.
That is an excellent
We
point.
have
Bigfoot could.
the scream because Bigfoot scooped him up
That's true.
and he hauled
And he
ass.
fucking-
There's
got
no
out of
way
there.
to get that amount of distance in that amount of time
If it's
by
not a Bigfoot.
natural man means.
Right.
But by Bigfoot means you
The
got them
missing
big
link.
feet.
Yes.
You got
Not
traversal
only do you have
distance.
not only do you have big feet, but you just know those woods like the back of your hand.
Thank you, Austin.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're swinging on trees and
I'm going to circle back again. I think I've solved the case. Sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, it seemed like he came up with this out of nowhere, but the author of Missing 411 said that he had interviewed Bill Martin, Dennis's dad, and asked him to state anything that Harold Keyes had not said in his official report. And that was what Bill Martin had told him about like this dark figure on the ridgeline, but this wasn't substantiated anywhere else. So it seemed kind of just like fabrication, or he was, I don't know, elaborating on something that was never really officially reported.
That's what they want us to think.
Yeah. Oh, I believe in Bigfoot.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Was he responsible for this?
same.
Maybe.
Maybe. You can't prove he wasn't.
I mean, I guess not, because he can't really prove fucking anything in this case.
Yeah. You know what that's called? Checkmate.
Yeah, so Bigfoot, possibility, no real evidence in this case of it, but you know,
Oh, you want
it's out
evidence?
there.
You want your fancy schmancy evidence?
Look,
How
they've
about
been-
there's a missing child and nobody knows where it went?
Well, I know. He's in a Bigfoot den.
We got two people that say they saw some big fuzzy dude out there. How many other fuzzy dudes do you know?
But also, in addition to Bigfoot, there is the possibility of Appalachian wild men or feral people.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's get
Or-
into that.
Which
Renowned Smoky Mountain
Exactly. There's a lot of
Bob Eagle?
hermits
Bob
in
Eagle.
Appalachia.
The Eagle Clan got him.
Nailed it.
Yeah, so there's just a lot of like internet tales about Appalachian wild people, but there were actually some kind of like folklore-y, cryptid kind of sightings too. One of the first one was in Globe Valley in North Carolina in 1877 when some gold miners that were walking around this area encountered a man they described as huge. He was giant-like and he had a funnel-shaped head, which was a really,
Bigfoot.
really weird detail.
Bigfoot. Continue.
But they tracked him to a cave in the mountains where they found animal bones scattered around, and they thought he had been living there for a long time. And there was lots of other sightings around this time in Appalachia and the southeast, and many were thought to be civilized men that had gone off into nature, although other stories recalled them as half men, half beast, and these hairy kind of like wild cryptid creatures.
Oh, like big feet. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Very similar to Big Feet.
Grant is so on the Bigfoot train right now.
Fifthwich.
A wood ape.
Some kind of goddamn Sam Squanch.
I'm calling it Sam Squinch from now on.
Sam Squanch.
I have a story about that for another time. Go ahead.
There's also the Catalahoochee wild man.
The what now?
Catalahoochee.
Catalahoochee.
Catalahoochee. I
Catalahoochee.
love that name.
Yeah. In 1973, a park ranger in Great Smoky Mountain National Park encountered a man near Rough Fork Creek. And when he was asked his name, he said, "I've got no name. I've lived in these woods all my life." And then he got in a scuffle with the ranger and threw a rock at his Jeep.
You can call me Hoochie. Catalahoochie.
I like the progression from I have no name. I was born in these woods to hucking a rock at this dude's Jeep. Get off my lawn.
Smash.
The ranger went and got backup, and when he came back, there was no sign of the man found. This actually was discounted, though, later because this was like just a real dude that lived in the area. He had family and friends in the area. He just liked being alone. So he was just kind of hanging out there. And there's also kind of like a folkloric history of hermits like Bob Eagle.
Bob Eagle.
In Appalachia, kind of like Tom Bombadil-esque weirdos who just go out there by themselves and they live off the land and kind of seclude themselves from society.
Yeah. I got your ass so good with renowned Smokey Mountain hermit Bob Eagle.
It was the confidence and the determination. I was like, what the
I
hell
think
are you
he's a
talking about?
tulpa. We're making him real right
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
Keep talking
point,
about him.
yeah.
We've been knocking on your door, putting sand on it.
Yeah. Like
Dude.
Squinchili Man. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
don't say
Squinchili
his
Man.
name. Don't say his
He's gonna
name.
leave pink slime.
Who?
The Squinchili Man. You got me doing it now.
The Squinchili Man?
Fuck. Yeah,
Man,
dude.
Now we're just
Pink
playing another
slime?
podcast.
Yeah, man. You got to leave pink slime at your door so he doesn't fucking kill you.
Where am I going to find pink slime at this hour?
Good luck, baby.
you're going to break into nearest McDonald's.
man.
Thank you. What do you do for Bob Eagle? Leave a pack of Marlboros? Like a pint of whiskey? So he doesn't kill you.
Yeah, it's a
He
half
gets mad
pint
if
of
the whiskey's
No.
too nice.
Yeah, it's got to be shitty whiskey.
No, you got to leave out a half a piece of salmon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
half pint of whiskey.
And
a piece of
and
salmon.
a piece of salmon.
And a piece of salmon.
Yeah. Preferably unsalted.
Right.
Right. He doesn't.
He salts himself.
Bob Eagle
He
carries
salts
his own
himself.
salt.
He's got his own salt.
Oh, yeah.
I just want a sound effect for an eagle every time we mention Bob Eagle. That's actually a hawk. Eagles sound like.
Yeah, eagles sound dumb as fuck.
Yeah, it's not the America's
terrible national
eagle screech
bird.
that you think it is.
No,
No.
not even a little bit.
They're a weird bird that we pegged our hat on.
Yeah, it was actually such a bad decision that Benjamin Franklin jokingly recommended the turkey.
Yeah, because he thought a turkey was a more noble bird.
Yeah, by comparison to
Noble?
a bald eagle.
Yeah.
Yes, bald eagles suck.
Yeah, but turkeys
scavenger
also
birds.
like
Hey, they don't suck, all right?
Yeah,
They don't suck. They look badass.
I don't know if they look badass, and I don't know if you've ever seen an eagle snatch a fish right out of a stream.
That's not what it sounds like.
No,
that-
not
I
even
don't
a
know. It
little bit.
sounds like a bald eagle to me.
well, that's
Yeah, of
what
course
it's-
it does.
That's what you think it sounds
That's Hollywood's bald eagle.
That's what Big America wants you to think.
You're laughing, but that's absolutely true.
But you are absolutely right. That is what Big America wants you to think about.
I can't find it.
That's
Sorry,
okay.
Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah. Number 12.
Bad book.
See, that's an eagle. That's the hawk. That's the eagle.
Yeah, there's a bald eagle.
Just chirping.
Yeah.
That's a cute chirp.
Yeah,
It's cute,
they're little beta birds.
but it's not.
Right.
Sorry, Sarah.
That's so. Yeah, sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah. Number 13.
But when I found that out, I will say I did lose a little bit of faith in America.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, God damn it!
we're built
That
on a
was what made
foundation.
you lose your
of
faith
lies.
in America.
I was like,
That's what got you.
yeah.
I was leaning to the right, but now I'm back in the middle.
Need to play a bird.
Just when I thought I was coming right over, they got me right back, right to the middle, sitting on that fence. See how quiet this room is right now. Everybody,
No comment.
Everybody knows where my toes are dipping.
It's hard to choose. Genocide, healthcare for all. Who could say?
Or Donald Trump, you know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, let's get back to that federal and state argument.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah. Number 14.
Okay, so yeah, there's possible Bigfoot Bob Eagle, the Appalachian legend. But none of these were substantiated, of course. And
What?
Hang on. Did the FBI look into this?
they did look into the Harold Key report. They interviewed him, but I couldn't really find too much in terms of the follow up there.
They waited several decades to actually release something, which
They
I want to circle
did,
back
yeah.
on. But go ahead.
Yeah, that was like, what would you say?
I'm wondering if the
2022?
FBI is like, we didn't rule out
Yeah.
everything.
Well,
Yeah.
there was actually a lot of suspects in the case kind of later, years later, that were, a lot of them were people that were incarcerated. And it's kind of like the thing where if you tip someone off, you can get years off, I think, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there was just kind of all of these suspects that were kind of unfounded or had loose connections to the case that the FBI was investigating, and all the names were redacted, so you couldn't really see. But there were some kind of people of interest in the case later, which I think is why it was closed for so long.
Okay.
But there was multiple FOIA requests submitted, which is what you send in when you want to get, access to an FBI file. And so they finally released it in 2022. And there was also 16 years after Dennis disappeared in 1985, one man came forward to none other than the finder, Dwight McCarter, who he knew personally. This guy is just everywhere in this case. He's a little bit suspicious, but I love him. But this man came forward and said that he had found a child's skeletal remains, including a skull, in Big Hollow, Tremont, which is about 10 miles from Spence Field. Why didn't he come forward sooner? Well, he was illegally harvesting ginseng, which I had no clue grew in Tennessee. But yeah, he was basically poaching ginseng, and so he didn't want to get in trouble with the authorities, and so he never said anything when he found this.
That feels like small potatoes as opposed to sitting on
Yeah.
a child's skeleton for over a decade.
He did find the skeleton a
honestly.
few years
Look,
after he went missing, so
I
it
didn't want
wasn't
to say
immediate.
this, but I'm everybody's tea guy.
Yeah.
Look, I got the tea for cheap. I'm not doing it ethically. But there's this weird little kid skeleton here that's been here for a while.
No, I feel like there was definitely a son visiting his dad. Dad, where'd you get that skull? Funny story.
So I was out illegally harvesting ginseng.
And this tattered red shirt.
Who's this
catches
guy?
my
RFK?
eye.
Yeah, seriously. Fucking playing Red Dead Redemption 2, getting Deadeye herbs. I mean, what the fuck, man?
Dad, you gotta turn that in. Nah, I don't gotta do anything.
But the ginseng.
I was illegally harvesting ginseng, and then I found the skull of a small child. And when I walked 30 more feet towards the tree, I found the rest of them.
So he found the skull. Does it have
Yeah.
any fractures? Did they say anything it has a hole?
He didn't
in
say
it?
anything because they never were able to recover it.
Just
So
don't check inside of the skull.
he
There's your
found the
bar,
skull a few years after Dennis went missing, and then he reported it 16 years after that. So this was 1985. So it was almost 20 years later.
He didn't
Oh my
keep the
God,
skull.
this
He
was
just
16
found
years
it and put
later?
it back.
He found it, didn't do anything with it, and then reported it 16 years later. So there was a huge gap. Yeah. And so they went back to look for it, and of course nothing's fucking there because it would have been scattered or covered by dirt or just washed away. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was gone.
Okay, so I think I
Google
solved
solved
statute
the
of
case.
Google
solved
statute of
the case 3
limitations on
times.
missing children.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it the question for the room? Is it better to report a child skeleton after 16 years and for it to be there or for it not to be there? Because both are bad.
Depends what you are in the case,
Yeah, I swear to God, there was a kid's skeleton right here.
Yeah.
Rule of thumb, if you find it,
Right. Yeah.
say something or say nothing.
I was gonna
ever.
say
Cut,
Yeah.
cut
for
to
real.
cut to the video seminar.
Section 35. If you find human remains, report the human remains immediately.
Or never.
Why is this seminar 6 hours long?
We
badly
fucked up
did they
a
fuck
lot.
up?
We did a really bad job.
Fuck, man.
I don't know. This is making me upset.
So that was, probably the most probable way to find Dennis, and nothing came of it because he waited so long to report it. And Dennis Martin has never been found. His remains have never been recovered, and he remains one of the 3 unsolved missing persons cases in Great Smoky Mountain National Park.
Okay, well, again, I solved it. Sam Squanch picked him up.
Sam Squanch.
Sam
liked-
Squatch snatched him.
He liked the color of the shirt. Ran him away about 10 miles. Accidentally killed him. Maybe he whacked his head too hard on a tree limb.
Hugged him a
Who
little
knows?
too hard.
Hugged him a little too. Lennied him just a little
Lennied
bit.
the
Sort
And
of-
then he
head.
felt so bad, he just covered him up with
Sort
little
of
leaves.
like what's that
And
movie?
16 years later, an illegal ginseng farmer finds a skeleton, says, I'll tell him.
I'm gonna go with ginseng scalper. I don't want to say
Yeah.
farmer. Farmer makes it seem like it's intentional and he's planting it.
Good point. Good point.
Just imagine Sam Squanch running down the forest and like accidentally like turns. And then what's that movie? The guy that the same people that made Midsummer, the one before that,
Hereditary?
Hereditary.
Hereditary.
When she's hanging, when she
Oh,
hangs
when
her
that head hit?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hits the
God.
telephone pole.
Hits him on a
still
tree
hear that
branch.
shit.
He's just
Yeah.
like shaking. He's like, you okay? You all right?
Right.
New little friend.
Cut back. His
New
head's
little
just
friend.
covered in ants.
Oh,
He just
no.
like gently shakes, like gently sets him down.
Oh my god.
And just like brushes some leaves over him and
Just put
walks
some
away.
leaves on.
Dude, that scene with the fucking head covered in ants.
Oh my God, dude.
So we saw that movie together, didn't we, Jamie?
We did.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. I remember feeling so uncomfortable leaving that movie theater.
Oh, you're supposed to.
No,
No.
I felt pretty fine.
Yeah,
The main-
because you're
Oh,
Satan.
Great.
No, it's the movie did a great job up
No.
until like you saw like the mother become a witch, and then the VFX, like I guess their budget just went down to zero, and it really like I was like, oh, okay, this movie's not scary. That was pretty bad animation, and then I just like, oh, I can tune this out now. Now I'm no longer scared. Thank God.
I was gonna say it's weird for you to not be affected by that movie because you are a big baby when it comes to horror movies.
Yes, I am, and I was scared shitless up until the bad VFX,
And then it brings you
Would
out
that
of it.
Yeah,
would
and then
that
I'm
be
like,
would that be horror or was that more suspense? I feel like it was more suspense the entire time.
It's a
Psychological
suspenseful
thriller.
movie.
Psychological for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. I mean, the other
now
part.
it did have Satanism and a witch and a whole occult thing, but I wouldn't call it horror. The fuck are you talking about?
I'm gonna punch you in your goddamn smug face.
I'm gonna call it suspense. I was pretty suspense the whole time.
I wasn't outwardly afraid. I was uncomfortable. You jackass.
Well, all that aside,
God, you just made me mad. You made me so fucking mad right now.
Sarah, incredible story.
Thank you,
Very
Sarah.
I
good.
loved it.
Fuck you, Jamie.
So Sam Squanch did it.
Sam Scranch is
Sam
the
Squanch.
100%. 100%.
I love that name.
Yeah.
Sam Squanch.
All right, fine. I'll tell the story. I'll try and make it as rich as possible. So, my wife and one of her best friends, they're on the road to go to a music festival, right?
Mhm.
They're in the middle of nowhere. Oddly enough, very similar area, like Tennessee, North Carolina, state line kind of area, like deep wilderness, whatever. Brown creature, according to Grace, just pops up out of nowhere.
You can say Puerto Rican Grant.
Damn, you beat me to it.
Wow.
Everybody's low on the bar.
Funny joke.
Sorry.
She smacks the fuck out of this thing. Right?
Like with a car?
With the car. Yeah. They're on the interstate, middle of nowhere, start to shit. She sees just a brown flash with the headlights and just smack, right? Tears up the front bumper, fucks up the radiator.
Damn.
It's a bad wreck. Right?
no.
They end up having to call a tow truck and bring it over. Hey, I'm telling you a story. Hey, Grace. And they wait forever. They just get the car that's not totaled, but definitely not drivable, to a really small like car shop,
Yeah.
right? And get the tow truck driver to take them to like a little like motel for the evening. Wake up the next morning and they were retelling the story of like what happened, why the car's there, kind of a thing. And out of the back, like just someone in the shop was like, must have been the damn Sam Squanch. Grace's best friend, Jessica, just pops up. She's like on her phone or something. I was like, excuse me, sir, please come over here and tell me a lot more right now.
That damn Sam Squinch.
And in that area, they are 1,000% sure that there is a family of Sasquatches that live in the area, fuck up people's cars, mess with things. They're there.
Wait a minute.
They're
wait a
living
minute.
there.
You're telling me that the car repair shop believes that there is a family of Sam Squanches
Yes, sir.
out there fucking up everybody's cars that it just so happens to be in the area where there's this one car repair shop.
I think they're in league with each other. I think the Sam Squanches are taking running dives at the cars so that these people can repair them.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and you know, like at least an adolescent Sam Squanch can handle a fucking SUV.
They're wearing hockey
Right.
pads and going out like, it's your turn, Dale.
Right. You know Dale's going up to the fucking caves with a suitcase full of salmon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Guys, you won't believe what the auto body shop hooked me up with today.
Y'all ever had this jerky? It's incredible.
It's even got my face on it.
See, I was worried this was going to turn into like I know what you did last summer kind of situation. But now I like this whole Ponzi scheme. Right? That this one car shop.
We are writing this movie right now.
Oh, yeah.
We are writing this movie.
Oh shit, that's actually
That's
That would be a
brilliant.
dope
That's
ass
a good
movie.
That would be brilliant.
Like a man befriends and trains one like Sam Squanch.
right.
What's it called? Sam
Squanch.
Yeah,
Sam Squanch.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like it like finds true love.
If you want the proper
and then,
title,
yes,
Damn
yes,
Sam
yes,
Squanch.
yes.
Sam Squanch.
Sam Squanch. That's what the movie's called.
The Squanchers.
Squanch. Sam Squanch.
Like the first 10 minutes is pure horror.
Yeah.
Like it's like eating everything, destroying everything. It kills a kid on accident, and then the man befriends it. Mm-hmm. I'm in.
A kid named Dennis.
Oh, kid named Dennis. Dude, I love it.
Oof.
That's very good.
It was. All right.
Thank you, Sarah.
No,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm so
Thank
glad
you
you
for-
came and joined us.
And thank you for
Clappies.
putting up with all of our shit.
yeah.
Yay!
When you already put up with my shit every day.
Well, it's like putting up with your shit. It's like times 3 now, you know?
I know.
Yeah.
That's 4 of us.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Oh, we have those. That one.
We have one.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the Nashville area and you are happening to find yourself with a bit of a thirst,
A thirst that just needs to be quenched by one company and one company only.
I highly suggest that you stop by your nearest liquor store or go over to Marathon Music Works building and find yourself at Corsair Distillery.
I knew he was going to say Corsair.
I had a feeling it
just
was going to
knew
be
it. I just
Corsair.
knew it.
And you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
this crazy thing I heard about Corsair is that they had the first distillery in Nashville after
That's
Prohibition.
right. First distillery in Nashville post Prohibition.
Wow.
They opened in 2010, which tells you a lot about the Prohibition laws here in Nashville and how
That's so true.
we've only recently gotten pretty progressive with them.
Now, Austin, I've been craving something to drink that's just extremely smoky. Is there anything that Corsair offers?
How smoky do you like it?
Oh my God.
Would you say smoked 3 times?
I mean,
I was
going
gonna
to
say 2. Yeah, but if you've
But
got
I mean, if
3.
you guys can triple smoke something,
We
I mean,
have, funny you say that, we have a product called Corsair Triple Smoke American Single Malt Whiskey.
Holy shit.
What? It's almost like we knew about it.
A single malt whiskey?
A single malt whiskey. It's not a Scotch because it's not made in Scotland,
It's good enough to be one.
but it's good enough to be one. I call it the bridge to Scotland from Nashville, Tennessee. It's an American single malt whiskey that's got barley smoked 3 different ways. It's smoked with peat from Scotland, beechwood from Germany, and you got some cherry wood from Wisconsin on that finish. Gives you a really nice campfire smoke. It's not too scotchy. A lot of people, when they think of smoke, they think of that really like
you think, oh, this is too
ashtray,
much. Yeah,
Super
yeah, yeah.
intense.
super intense. It's not that. The peat really gives you like that taste of a Scotch at first. The beechwood really mellows things out, and then you get this really nice cherry wood finish, which kind of sweetens it off. Almost gives you like this barbecue kind of finish at the end.
You pair that with a good Newport and you've got quadruple
God
smoke.
damn right.
A Newport and a bag of barbecue lays.
Ooh.
Little triple smoke, neat, pork sandwich, and a cigar? Come on.
I'm not leaving the house that day.
By a bonfire? I'm only leaving the house to go in my backyard.
Tippy.
Corsair, triple smoke whiskey. If you guys are interested in tours or tastings, I do offer tours and tastings at their distillery at the Marathon Motorworks building in Nashville, Tennessee. Look them up online. And then when you get there, tell them Austin said, hey.
And hey, maybe if you maybe you don't drink booze, or maybe you're tired of drinking booze and you want to put your money somewhere else,
Don't go to Corsair.
Don't go to Corsair, but you know what you can do? You
Go to our
all
Patreon.
our links and go to our Patreon
Ah,
for a very small price of
$10
$10. Maybe less by the time this comes out. Maybe $5. Maybe we'll bring it down to $5. Maybe we won't. Maybe
Nah.
you should give us some money on the Patreon.
Or buy
Actually,
some
we're
merch.
running a Christmas special on our Patreon. It's only $10 until we change our minds and bump it up to $20.
That's right.
Ah.
That's right.
So buy now.
But get in
Go ahead
now.
and get
Right.
in now. And hey, if Patreon's not your deal, you fucking cheapskates, then you know what you can do? You can email us at don'temailtrashville@gmail.com and tell us about maybe your favorite Sam Squanch story. Maybe
We would
can
love to hear from our listeners.
Or your theories on who killed the kid or ate the kid or
We-
accidentally murdered the kid. Or
Or flew away with the kid.
Yeah. Maybe you could just ask us to cover your favorite true crime story in a true murder schmurder fashion. Maybe you could just tell us what we're doing wrong or what we're doing right.
probably what we're doing right, if anything.
I mean,
Probably more likely right.
we have been crushing it lately.
We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
We're killing the game right now. Let's see. On our Patreon, we're going to have more videos of not only our show, but also our Christmas episode.
That's true.
Ooh, that's right. We sold out Third Coast Comedy again.
Boom, baby.
Three-peat, baby.
Three-peat, baby.
Three-peats.
Eat that dub.
And if you didn't get a chance to come see us for our live Christmas show because you're a loser or you didn't know what was going on or you're not checking up on our socials and following us at trashville_USA.com, do not worry because we're going to be doing a lot more live shows this upcoming year.
That's right.
We're going to be all around the Nashville area.
The goal
And hey,
is 5.
The goal is 5. And you
That's
know
right.
what? If you guys start pouring in some money on the Patreon, start liking and subscribing and commenting on our episodes on Spotify, all that stuff helps. If you start driving us up, we start getting more money, more opportunities. We might even get to come to a city near you.
Holy
very
shit.
true.
That
We
would be
will-
so
Now follow us on
cool.
those
Hopefully come to your
socials.
town.
Trashville_USA on TikTok, on Instagram. And like Joseph said, we have all our links to all of our material, including our merch site, including our Patreon, including links to all our future events. You've got everything you ever could need.
Yeah. And if you
could
want to,
need.
just text Joseph directly at 615.
We don't have
Or
a
you
P-
could come to Grant's house.
we don't have a PO box. It's just Grant's house.
Just Grant's house.
Or you could bother Jamie at work.
Or you could take Austin's social security number, which is
417.
Someone looks at him like, this guy has no credit score.
have fun with that one.
He's a credit score of 5. How's that possible?
But we hope you had fun. We had a lot of fun. Sarah, seriously, thank you so much
Yes,
for coming.
thank
you, Sarah.
Wonderful.
Thank you. It's been
Thank you
great.
for having me.
Great story.
And I guess
Love you. Bye.
love you. Bye.
All right, everybody, one more time. And sorry, Sarah.
Sorry,
Sarah.
You're forgiven.
I am so sorry, Sarah. Like what you hear? Subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Trashville_USA. And if there's a true crime story you want the gang to cover, email us at don'temailtrashville@gmail.com. Murder Schmurder is produced by Jamie. Our tracking engineer is Grant. And our mix and mastering engineer is Julie. Incidental music in our theme song is provided by Jules. This has been another production of Murder Schmurder. It's the Murder Schmurder Podcast.